place it here. So, welcome to my table, guys. We are playing the Treasure Grove Adventure for the West Marches campaign. Still untitled, so we're working on it. Just to give context, it's been several months after the fall of Sovereign. Sovereign is this Kraken ship, warship that attacked the Bay of Rapiers, where you guys are now. The Bay of Rapiers has become it used to be a haven, a safe haven for pirates, but now it's become the base of operations for the resistance against the Yuan-Ti Empire, which has consumed most of the world over a decades-long war. Since the demise of Sovereign, this tentacled ship, the Pirate Cove now has started to recover its losses because there were several that were lost in terms of ships, manpower, and resources. And everyone's just trying to pick up the slack. Your party specifically, how it works in the Bay, which is basically just a collection of, it's a community of pirates mostly, but it's been cobbled together by whatever was lost, like wrecked ships turned into community centers or workshops or trade yards. So it's like a vertically cobbled together community where people live, work, and recover. The tavern is here. One of the places here is a tavern. Everyone loves this place because it's where the booze is at. But of course, is it called the Den? It's currently unnamed because, like many of the things here, people just wanted to look for beer or grog, and there was no tavern, so they made one, and nobody has a name for it. So, you have your party. How it works here is that people make call-outs for requests. For example, and everyone has to be busy because you're fighting a war against a massive empire. And the Bay of Rapiers is just a tiny space of land compared to the rest of the world. And people have to come and go. You guys took up the call, being the only adventurers capable and willing and able bodies to take on this task. Your party has been commissioned by one Captain Javier Nassad to scout out the grove to the north, near the end of the island. The objective is to clear out any undesirables and secure a location within the grove to allow the woodcutters and shipwrights to collect the necessary materials and equipment to rebuild their ships. Let's see here.
That was the box.
You can run.
Tavern music. It's fun.
I like the music.
Oh wow, it's modern. So modern.
There is somewhere in the room is a live band.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This is actually the tavern.
This is
The crows.
You're in one of the ships, actually, a ruined ship, somewhere on the second floor of this community. In the captain's quarters of this ruined ship, you find an individual, the captain, Javier Nassad, this very tall individual with an even frame, covered in fur-lined leathers. And he has, like the ship itself, the color scheme of his clothing of black and blue matches everyone, the crew that mans everything else in his little office. He has a very stern and sharp features to him, and he has this constant squint, likely because of the fatigue of having little sleep and the fatigue of having to command people who have no ship, because their ship has now been repurposed as this little barracks, so to speak. Contrasting his tan skin is this white hair that shaved to the sides but designed upwards at the top. And he looks at you in his office, this rather long desk, and he says, Thank you for taking the call. I don't know most of you. I know of you. I apologize for your ship.
It's okay. Things like this happen. Ship sinks. Shit happens.
Well, in that regard, we want you people to go up to the north. North of the bay is a grove. Unfortunately, we don't know what's going on or what's waiting for us there. So we can't just send in woodcutters and shipwrights willy-nilly. So your task is to go there, clear out whatever lies within, and end whatever's threat. Establish a spot, and he picks out these long rods. As he twists them, it expands, and it constantly beeps into this magical light. Stick this in whatever clearing or area that you find within the grove. And, he puts this forward.
Is that a beacon?
It's basically a beacon. Who wishes to take it?
How many are there?
He has 3, but you only need to stick one area. The other 2 are basically if one of you dies or if it gets stolen.
I'm playing back inside. Wooden watch.
I'm
Observing.
Okay.
I'm not making any moves.
Okay. It's a very dusty room actually, and it's very very cold because there's not a lot of insulation going on in this captain's quarters.
I sneak for many reasons.
And other than the very ornate desk that he has with all manner of accoutrement on the surface, there's very little else on the walls and the ceiling of this captain's quarters of his.
And it's black and blue.
It's black and blue.
Something like inside the blue.
It's yeah. Go ahead.
So before we take this, what's in it for us? We got to eat.
Of course. First off, you will earn your keep. Free lodgings and free meals to everyone who earns their keep here. And once we establish trade lines with the outside world, you will have 300 gold to share amongst yourselves to trade. And trade here still works. There are individuals who are willing to trade in money. You want to see it?
If I'd like to see who are the beefier members of this party, perhaps we should distribute the 3. What do you call this, Captain?
These are just tracking beacons, so we know where to find you.
Sounds reasonable. I'll take one.
Take one.
I'll take one.
You're just in the back. I'm just in the back.
Is anybody particularly fast runner?
It's gonna be bigger than
It's
you.
gonna be bigger than me, so no. It's probably gonna be bigger than me.
About 2 feet long.
Oh, it's not.
almost as big.
Yay!
But you can carry a big thing?
No.
The Zila, you wanted to look at the beefier members, so you observe everyone else in the room other than Captain Nasir, Javier himself. So how does everyone look like here? Start with you, sir.
Really? I'm not sure you're gonna say
Oh, give us a visual description.
Yeah. So, Stefan Sinovo. So, you can see. Yeah. No,
Stefan, you stole my
Yeah.
name.
No, I didn't know there's someone named Stefan there.
You are not allowed to roleplay me.
So yeah.
Off to a good start.
So you can see like there's someone straight looking.
How is it? Is
It's
he
a
rich?
noble.
Chris?
Yeah, it's like okay. So.
No, go ahead.
It's from a rich family who rules the town, and you can see like his robe that is color red, but with the linings of green. Then you can see his bloody red eye and semi-pointed ears because he's a half elf. So yeah.
So, Stefan, by the character Stefan.
So confused.
What's your armor class, by the way?
I 13, but I get to change it into 16 when I
Mage
use
armor?
Mage armor.
I'll say 16. What's your hit points?
Wait.
Oh, give me your Constitution modifier instead. Is it +2?
For what?
Constitution. What's your Constitution score?
This one is a plus 2.
17.
You're squishy.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're squishy.
Very
I'm squishy
What-
as well, just so you know.
Well, you're both
Oh,
D10s.
you're
It's
both-
just that you hurt
That's
yourself.
We're
I'm
humanly-
yeah, I like bleed out all over the place.
All right. So, the one next to you.
My character is Kalir. She's a
How do you spell that?
Kallyr. She's a tiefling druid, circle harvest, so about 5 feet tall with horns.
What color is your skin?
It's normal human tan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I have horns and I try to cover them up with bangs, but of course they stick out anyway. And my eyes are kind of cat-like with black sclera. And I have fangs that kind of overlap over my lower lip. And I have a tail that I'm very, very conscious of because my tail is very sensitive. So when people touch it, I don't like people touching it. It's very sensitive, especially the tip. And also when I get embarrassed or mad, my skin turns really hot, like really hot. So I tend to just kind of I wear a hood because I am conscious of how I look.
And for the women and females of the Bay of Rapiers, you have actually been taken a special care by the Grand Captain of the Bay of the Resistance, Captain Valvorex. She is basically the pirate queen, wherein she takes very keen interest in the women here because she wants to avoid any sort of harassment from the more numerous men of the Bay. So, any sort of the first few weeks where there were this initial clash of cultures, and immediately whatever harassment cases were brought up to her was very quickly dealt with.
Snip? No kidding.
Not necessarily a snip, more of a
Metaphorical snip.
more of a gallows thingy.
So snip, but big
Oh,
snip.
is it like just a gender thing, the harassment,
Not
or is
necessarily.
it also
It's-
a race?
It applies to any sort of harassment, like, because Valvorex, if she's a pirate, but if anything, she is fair. So any sort of intolerance is very, very swiftly and very bloodily dealt with.
People have been murdered for touching the tip.
Basically.
Tail.
Basically. So, Jed.
Okay. So name's Kerry Deck.
How do you spell that?
It's my name's from backwards. And then I can only Dex. Yeah, K-C-I-R-D-E-C. Or Dex. And yeah.
KCIRDEC.
Yep. So I'm a gnome. I'm a forest gnome wizard. Yep, red hair, green eyes, tan skin. It's adorable. Yeah, and nothing really.
Looks a lot like you.
Yeah, looks a lot like. No. Nothing really. Like nothing special really. Just really antsy to get out of this room. It's so dark.
It is rather dark.
Everybody's so
It's about midday now. But because of where you are, because of the climate here, the night comes in earlier. So it's about duskish, but Captain Javier has not turned on any sort of
There
lights.
are windows inside the room.
There are lots of windows. That's why you feel a draft.
Yeah, I know. Like so, I never like really had to get this thing.
Okay. And there's very salty smell. It's because you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a draft all the time. So, Steph.
I'm Brolin. I'm definitely a human.
Definitely.
Definitely a human. My character looks very much sort of Jon Snowish in all the winter furs. And
You
all
know
that.
nothing.
I know nothing at all.
It's hot.
Huh? I'm badass. Weapon effect. I've got short swords and crossbows strapped all over the place. That's pretty much him. Very rugged.
Just Jon Snow.
Yeah, just Jon Snow. Probably not later, but for now, yeah.
Okay.
Carla.
I'm leaning against the wall to see what is human.
his eyes. You can see his square jaw with some stubble. He's wearing dark leathers, dark green and black. And he's currently smoking something like green.
What's it smell like? What it smell like?
What? Smells.
Weed.
It smells like mint.
Cannabis.
He's wearing gloves caked with white as well as his boots. There's a long sleeve at his back. It's a quiver and some swords strapped in his sleeves. You can see that from the skin that you see, it's sunburned. He smells a bit greasy. And you can see his long, greasy black hair jutting out of the earth. But his eyes are white. Alright. He's been silent for the wound.
So
it just seems to be disconcerting.
So it's very clear that the one at the end of this this row of adventurers is observing all of you, and she looks like
You, the one who's been speaking in this accent the whole time. She's wearing loose clothes. She also has long hair that's it's tumbling across her shoulders because it's
curly?
frizzy from all the seawater that you can smell coming off her. She is I'm not sure if you'd be able to notice from hanging around the Bay of Rapiers, but she looks very much like one of the pirates who hangs around. And she has a few sort of scrolled on tattoos around her. Her clothes are drapey and functional mostly. They're also patched up in places. So this isn't really someone who cares a lot about how she looks. And
unlike the noble.
I'm buying your clothes as you speak. And you also notice that she doesn't have any weapons except for a short bow, light crossbow on her hip, but it doesn't look very used. Apart from that, she has unusual eyes in that they are sort of crystalline and you can't really tell if they're a light purple or a deep violet. They sort of shift depending on the little light that you see here. Because I'm not human, I'm an astronaut.
Alright.
That's it.
So, oh yeah.
What?
Her name.
Your
Your
name?
name? Zila Nostra. It's a pleasure to be meeting you, all of you. We're all going to be working together.
Do you know Dimitri? Do you know Dimitri?
I've heard of him. He's one of my heroes, but he seems to be quite weird these days. He keeps talking
So
about
you
this.
pipe up, and you pipe up from the corner of the room. You pipe up. All right. So Captain Javier asks, "Is there anything you need for this particular excursion? I can send you away with the quartermaster, but if you can go now, the sooner we get the materials, the sooner we can set sail."
Oh, hang on a minute. What else do we know about the area? Because I've worked for you guards before, and there's always something you don't tell us. And then we get back, and you're like, oh, yeah, that.
He strokes his square jaw, and there's a bit of a white stubble also. He says, there might have been reports of survivors from Sovereign setting down on the beach nearby. So if they have to camp out somewhere, it's probably going to be in that same grove.
You mean know some of those fishy bastards?
Part of the fishy bastards,
It's spit on
yes.
the floor.
Clean that up.
I just start shooing it with my fingers.
See, again, important information that you usually leave out.
Let's see. Some of the more superstitious types here say that the forest or the grove itself is protected by Melora, and that there might be a guardian within that's blessed by Melora. So, but the gods have been all but extinguished by the Yuan-Ti as far as we know. So who knows how much power Melora has over this grove anyway. But if anyone's gonna stop you from establishing a base of operations there, it's probably gonna be the Guardian. Everyone make a religion check. First roll of the day.
I am not.
You can still try. It's intelligence based. 5,
I know. 8.
8,
12.
11.
11.
I do have someone.
No.
No, you roll.
You got roll a 20.
I'm sorry.
How do you pronounce your name? Xerdic?
Oh, just Dex.
Oh, Dex. Okay.
Oh,
And
15.
then
Plus
you add
your religion?
Religion.
What's your name again?
Plus 5.
No, he's not. He's not.
I should have the first one.
20 total. Okay. 11. Okay. So anyone who rolled above a 10, unfortunately, anyone who rolled above a 10, you know Melora is one of the more popular ones, popular gods, at least before the war reached your homes. And it's one of those faiths wherein there are many kinds of people who worship Melora. But the major camps of that faith is preserve nature in all its forms, or balance urban growth with the needs of nature. Depending on where the individual lies, there's also the subsets of fanaticism within, wherein there are these fanatics of Melora who actively goes up against urbanization, against cities. So that's the kind of faith that Melora holds. But like again, as the captain has mentioned, many of the churches have been replaced now by the demon gods of the Yuan-Ti that they worship. He says, if you do find a guardian, I highly recommend we don't make any more enemies than we already have. But obviously, our needs are very specialized, so we need that. We need their trees. We need materials. Wouldn't hurt to try, I suppose.
So that's like 3 pieces of information he's held back. So can I see roll insight to see if there's anything else he's held back?
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't roll.
9.
9. 22. Okay. You don't sense any sort of betrayal in there. It's more like there is a lot of fatigue in his voice that he's trying to hide from you guys. Like there's a very heavy set in it. There's a very subtle and heaviness in his breathing. So and the way his constant squint is really because of the crow's nest that's already formed beneath his eyes and the very heavy bags underneath. So it's really more of his own fatigue that all this information is slipping by. Although he seems appreciative that you ask, because he feels like, oh fuck, if I that would have been trouble if he didn't know, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you mentioned a quartermaster. Can this guy do something in the way of potions for us?
Of course. I already commissioned a few potions for you. So before you head out, go to the quartermasters and you will get potions of healing.
Are all of the gods together?
I believe so. I think each
I
of you.
picked one up.
One. Oh, one
One
of the beacons.
So here's one more.
So there's one more.
So you'll find these standing straight up. You also he walks forward. Grabs one of them. We've got information.
I would say the same. Is that what the note's saying?
Can we go on?
You sure there's nothing you want to ask? Yeah, help purchase staff.
How do you pronounce your name again?
Just call me Dex.
Dex. How do you dress? Are you dressed critically or I don't give a shit?
It's too small to see. Too small for
No,
anything.
not really. I just
No,
haven't
not
seen
best actually at all. It's like random pieces
Coupled together?
dwarf together.
It's okay. You're probably going to get a lot of mud on it.
Yep. But if there are
Look at you.
but
Like,
they are pretty big for me though. So
Everything's too big.
so try not to trip the two friends. You know,
yeah, I'll try.
I'll watch over you.
If anyone can hold my hand, that would be awesome.
I'll hold you.
So as you head out, are you heading out?
Yes.
So you all head out, and as you're heading out, just as you open the door, there's already a bit of a line that's formed outside of his office. Adventurers like you guys, very clearly dressed for battle. Some of them are completely battered and bruised, so likely they're coming back from an earlier mission to give a status report. But a lot of the others, they're just waiting. A lot of them are antsy like you. Some of them are richly dressed like you. Some of them may even give you the side eye, maybe recognizing the whatever family crests you may have, and just whatever. and
celebrity costume.
and because rich people are snooty like that. And you head towards the quartermaster. Another boat, it seems, that's been repurposed into a workshop. You see a dwarf behind the counter, and says, "I see you came from Captain Javier. You need your potions."
Yeah, he said you've got a load of gear for us.
Make a deception check.
20.
Oh wow. He says,
Appreciate it.
I don't know about this gear you're talking about, but what sort of gear did he mention?
He said you've got potions, you've got some special weaponry for this, all kinds of stuff.
Special weapons,
I eye roll in distrustfully, but I don't say anything.
Also, I just smile.
Just decide to give my distance.
I smile widely. Like,
Do I know this? Do I know the quartermaster?
I would suppose you would know of this particular quartermaster, someone who has become probably part of Javier's crew. He is. Let's see.
let me give you an obvious like, side wink.
And when I see it, I look at you disapprovingly. You're better than this.
I am.
Yeah. Because we're friends, we're old friends.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, but you know,
No, four. No, sir.
No.
three,
What's
3'6". I'm actually 3'6".
He's tall.
It's hard to tell.
But then the
Or go ahead and make a perception check.
taller than me, so the dwarf can see me peeking at him.
You would know of this dwarf named the Groomsman Mindsword.
Bruce mean Mindsaw?
Yes.
Okay.
He's this very, very heavy set dwarf. It is very hot in the workshop because it's right next to the forge. So the furnace is burning right there. And he is just there, all sweaty and all muscly with an eye patch and long hair beneath the bald top. And it says, Groomsman Mindsword.
So you're super comfortable.
No, I'm fanning myself. No, actually I'm not. It's a bit chilly. Persistent.
He says, he looks around, looking for whatever special gear this may be. He says, we haven't had any special weapons. He picks out this large glaive. Nothing special. And you see that there is this very large glaive weapon, which is kind of like a spear, but instead of a pointed metal blade, it's an actual curved blade at the top.
Like a scythe?
It's basically a polearm.
It's a bit stick.
Yeah. And he says, nothing special about this one other than minor enchantment. It's magical.
Looks like it'll be helpful.
And it's very, very light. He says,
Yeah.
typically, there are creatures that are resistant to basic steel, but this one makes sure that those creatures don't benefit from that.
No, that's good. That'll help a lot, I think, especially if this guardian thing's for real.
I suppose so. Well, if you're going to the grove, you may or may not need that. And it's not a +1, it's just a magic weapon. So it deals magical damage, basically.
Ignores resistance to mundane damage.
Yeah.
Who's picking?
Perception check. As you look at him, I mean, this sweaty, not gray skin, but more like rust iron copper skin, you see there is a line of thunder on his neck.
I'm towards the counter. Give him the handshake.
Oh, he gives you this this very ornate handshake with
Oh, it's the same handshake.
yeah, okay, and a very ornate handshake, and this is I think you'll be in good hands regardless. He eyes you. It says he eyes you also and figures. You don't want to change clothes or go into a forest and it's.
I actually want to go out here. It's pretty hot here. I'm sweating.
I put my arm around you and I say, well, you know, sir, if you just shed maybe a little bit of the clothing, you'll feel a little more comfortable, if you know what I'm saying.
No. Definitely.
But potions, right?
So I'm going to turn around to you guys and ask which one of you wants this. My weapons have already got effects.
It's a glaive, by the way. So it's a D10 with a 10-foot reach, as opposed to the typical 5-foot reach.
I don't know.
Actually, the only other person who would be able to equip this is Longshanks.
You are?
Because you're a ranger. So, but you're dex based, and this is strength based. So
Yeah.
Rolling keeps it.
Yeah. No.
He gives you 3 potions of healing. For the entire party.
Potions of healing on expense.
That'd be like 50 gold apiece.
3 potions of healing and 1 greater healing potion. Potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2. So you roll 2 of the triangles and then add 2 to that result, and you get that health back. You also gain 1 greater healing potion because he recognized you and says, just in case, eh?
We have 4.
So basically 4 potions. 3 of them normal, 1 of them greater.
Got it.
I'll open my cloak and be like, I got 1.
Well, I have potions. I have healing spells. Sure.
I get one of the
Can I have one? I don't have it.
Just grab one.
Okay, I'll just go get one.
Yeah.
Be a little giggling gnome as you run away with it.
And I eye anyone who will dare protest.
Can you get it for me, please?
So 1 and 2. So 1.
I've already got 1, I don't need it. What do you guys? Yeah, I've got 1.
Can I get the greater one?
Oh, you're getting greater one? Okay.
This guy got the great one.
Oh, okay.
You already got it. Ah, okay.
You want the regular one instead?
There's already 4.
No, I didn't get one.
3 regular ones.
I
He's
got one.
taken
Yeah,
just 2.
sure, I'm gonna get one.
I'm passing up one.
You already had 1.
I've already got 1. He took the lesser.
So we have 2 left.
2 left.
I don't need it. I'm okay.
I'm good. Oh no, you already got one. One for hungry.
Yeah, one for like the 3 of us.
No.
There's only 4 because
Yeah, there's only 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I already had a potion from a previous adventure.
Oh, so you got one.
Okay, well,
It's like another one.
I'll take it just in case.
Okay.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm thinking
You're
of
probably
you.
gonna use it.
Alright, good luck out there. I'd love to set sail again rather than get stuck here in this. Ah, whatever. Just go. Everyone go.
Let's go and make it.
Just go.
I heard stressful I just everyone to
Why is everyone
Glory to
walking
the
so
thunder.
fast?
I rushed through the door because it's really hot. It's uncomfortable.
You're just like sprinting to keep up.
So there are 2 paths to get to the grove up north. You can go the inland way, which will take you about 2 days worth. By the way, does everyone have several days of rations?
Yes, 10 days.
Alright.
You've got 10. You've both got 10.
Okay. Traveling inland is gonna be about 3 days of travel.
That's about how many miles?
24 miles. It's 24 miles north. It's 8, 16, 24.
Sorry, the inland path is 2 days, 3 days inland, and the other one is
The other path is a boat ride that curves around to the back of the bay and lands you in the beach. It's a little shorter. It's about 1 day because you're bypassing a lot of the inland routes. So, which one do you take?
And if we were going to go by boat, do we have a boat?
There are small rowboats that you can use, or small dinghies that you can use.
They impose any time. If I remember from the conversation.
He didn't impose any time, but basically there's definitely an urgency there. Like as soon as you can, just get it.
I would
one
rather
boat
keep
fit
my feet
us?
on the ground.
Yes, I would rather have my feet on the ground too.
Oh, I could have gotten us a nice boat, but if the majority would like to do it by ground, then
All right, everyone's going by ground. All right. You head out of the Bay of Rapiers.
Mine closed.
Bay of Rapiers.
You head out of the nest of boats. From it starts off as a series of plains, but there are many forests also that you pass by. None of them nearly as useful, or at least a lot of them have already been cannibalized in order to use for repairs and materials. So a lot of the forests here are pretty bare at this point.
Is this unusual or is this the norm?
It's more of by necessity.
Oh, because we're already using up the wood. Okay.
Yeah, and the Bay of Rapiers, the pirate cove itself, it's not used to this many ships being in the dock, so you need to go in deeper. And you go further still. The first day was fairly easy because the forest was already cleared out. And oh, by the way, mark down 3 days of rations already too. Yes. Oh, you already have that number? It's a 1,000-mile radius or 100-mile radius? 5 miles only. Well, favorite terrain doesn't work in Revised Ranger. Monstrosities. Currently, no. But further ahead, like there's something weird. As you try and attune your senses to the forests, to the land, to the air, to the nip in the wind. There's nothing that pings your immediate radar, at least in the first day. In the second day, you get through these a spiraling area wherein the cliffs and mountains spire upwards in spike-like formations. Likely because the wind actually here comes downward and then funnels upwards again. So the land erosion is strangely affects the land here. And it's very cold the entire time. And here again, you try and ping once more. There are a few monstrosities here and there, but it's not in the direction you're going. On the third day, what?
Well, not for scouting, just so you've got it ready if we encounter anything.
What is it?
Oh,
You can somebody's familiar right now.
Yeah. Do you have the materials for it? It's 10 gold's worth of incense, herbs, and.
You've got 10 gold left at the start.
I see my compartment looking for his pack, and then I smell the herbs, but I don't see a brazier. I show him mine. I also have the same stuff.
Do you share yours? You only have one extra.
I'm showing mine. It's not that nice.
Find familiar. Find familiar.
Like, oh, if you have your own familiar,
I do.
Do you have the materials?
No, I don't. can I have your material?
I like you, little friend, but I'm afraid that if my own little friend were to die, I will need it. I'm so sorry. Then, as I see this, a little white head peeks out from my very loose collar, and you see a little white dragon with a white mane for the wings of it chimpati.
So yeah, there's this tiny pseudo dragon hidden in her robes.
As you can see, it's very cute and also very small. So if he were to go down, I'm going to need him to come back. You understand?
Like a survival check.
Actually, now that I already have Luca out, can I send him to browse the area just within 100 feet?
Okay. The white dragon lane flies up. And you, by the way, it takes an action to perceive through your familiar senses,
I'll be blind.
and it lasts until the end of your next round. Just saying, if you use it in combat. And you see the forest up ahead, probably about 1 day's worth of travel, and then you're there. You see off into the north western area is the beach that you would have landed on. Go ahead and make a perception check. I think you're using Luca's senses for this.
I mean, if I'm perceiving skin,
Yeah.
I use my own.
I'll say use your own for now.
I've seen a lot of people use a spell that involves invoking a deity's guidance. I don't suppose anybody has that. No.
Druid, do you have the guidance spell? Cantrip?
No, I
Okay.
Perception plus, it's only a 7.
7. Probably a little beyond the vision of Luca. There is a strange formation a little further along the coast, but you don't know what it is exactly.
If I were to describe it to my party, what would it be?
It's a very odd shape, definitely.
I see a very odd shape. No, that's not a metaphor for anything.
Not fog light. Is it like
Johnny Hunter.
If you look at the beach's shoreline, there is like a strange shape on one just sticking out there. Like it breaks the curvature of it.
very solid? Very solid.
It seems solid.
Is it foggy around the coast?
Yeah, is it foggy?
It's a little beyond. At this point, it's beyond the vision of Luca, basically. Try another ping.
Is that where we're heading towards?
It's a bit of a tangential direction because that's not where the forest is. It's the beach. That's where you would have landed if you had taken the sea route.
We don't have to worry about it.
Just to get a sense of their monstrosities.
And humanoids, or just monstrosities. There are no pings still, but there's something weird. It's not a monstrosity. It's probably a little tangential to whatever a monstrosity is, but it's weird and it feels off, almost otherworldly. But it doesn't ping immediately. But it's like whenever you do it, you don't sense its presence, but there's a heavy feeling there that's unnatural whenever you do this as compared to whenever you do this.
Question. How would you describe yourself physically? Are you tall, particularly
Very tall.
long-legged? I don't know sure about some metaphor in particular or a literal thing, but I will just walk up to you and I'll say, I see you frowning a lot. Is it something that you see or is it something that you smell? I'm not very sure. Do you sense anything, sir?
I feel something strange within. I pointed that direction. Must be something dangerous. Something out of there.
I'm glad you told me. I call Luca back.
Okay.
Does the position of the beach cut off our line of if ever we go there?
Basically, if you had to go to your line of retreat is through the same path. If you find a boat along the beach, then maybe you can sail back towards the Bay of Rapiers. If you go towards the beach area, it's probably another 2 days. Can you take it?
Near our destination.
I'm not sure how many days are we. If we were to keep going on the path we already are, how many days?
Ranger would be it's a bit curious. I scout ahead just to get more information.
Nature's author.
I would
Since you
say
don't have any time.
that's
I don't know. I'm curious too.
Well, if my best friend decides to go, I'm just thinking I need to protect him. So if he wants to go, then
We might get a little bit of information, so maybe we can go there.
so we can just scout ahead a little.
Just a little bit.
It looks like a really big thing. I don't think I'd want to, you know.
Maybe it's something
It's really
useful.
scary.
Everyone take one of these. These are inspiration which you can use in game. I don't have enough, sorry,
It's
but
okay.
you all have one basically.
I'll just mark it over here.
Yeah.
And maybe this information can get us more favor, especially from the captain.
I like how you think, tall friend.
You can choose either add 1d6 or roll it again. All right. So you're all heading. You all head towards to a little deeper. All right. All right. Any d20 really. So you head off to the northeast. Oh, by the way, I reward that. If you already have it, I won't reward it again. But if you don't have one, I reward that typically when there's good RP decisions, or when you're very in character, or when you make a very bold decision, stuff like that. Basically, if I'm impressed by it, or if I find it absolutely hilarious, then yeah.
So you may want to scout ahead.
You both scout ahead while the rest of you follow suit a little behind. Okay.
Can I ask permission from my tall friend here to have Luca perch on his shoulder just so I could get a peek on?
Jumps on my
He has a very long neck, so he kind of wears you can wear him like a cloak.
You might want to tuck in here.
Little bit.
Perception is generally noticing something.
Okay. So Brolin and Longshanks, go ahead and make stealth checks. 19.
Already?
You want to use it?
Wow.
What'd you get?
Oh, this is hard.
What did he get?
12. Okay.
Not bad.
It's still an open space after the second day. You're just exiting the wild spires, and then you head towards the You already see the edge of the grove, but you head off a little on the northwestern side. You guys, your group is a little behind. You have to hold on to somebody if you're gonna keep receiving through.
I'm going to grab someone, probably the noble if I wanted to.
You grab onto the half elf. Did you ever explain why you're ever grabbing onto
I
it?
would. As I put my arm slowly around his shoulders, I will say, you know, this is not me coming on to you even though I'm an attractive lady, I understand. But you have to also understand. Sometimes you see, I can see through the eyes of my little friend Luca. But if I do this, I myself cannot see nor hear anything to understand. I don't want this pretty face to be all over in the mud. You know what I'm saying?
So Dex, you would know what she's talking about.
How do you react to this? I'm curious.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to so there. Because you know, a lady needs some support, and you look like quite the gentleman, you know.
Stefan, would you allow this?
Well, yeah. If you want to change your clothes, I have some fine clothes here because
Oh, you're
I'm pretty
over.
close to be.
You're over. Why do you have lady clothes on you, my friend?
Oh,
Lady clothes.
I can think of reasons.
I just want to know one thing. One of the stuff is the color low on one of them. Because if they're built for a man, probably.
You've gone.
He just said that she can look through the eyes of the beast, and I put him inside my
Too late, man. Sorry, you've given
You're
consent.
already ahead.
You all head towards the beach, and initially you try and look into the direction. You try and perceive into the direction where she might have described. Luckily, there. Oddly, I guess what's a little weirder is that nothing has come after you in this entire span of time. You head along the coast or along the shoreline. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Can I look for tracks, fresh tracks and stuff like that?
Also make a survival check.
Can I also do
Isn't
that?
that different from a nature check?
A nature check is identifying, it's more of botany,
Because they want to see.
like identifying what the flora and fauna is in the area.
Survival check is for looking for tracks.
Can I do that?
You're a little behind.
Oh, I'm not with you.
Yeah, they're a little.
Oh, are we?
24.
Oh, yeah, because I'm super like.
Are you really going to let me borrow your
Lizard was comic. Very comic.
I'm unwilling to leave your side. You're my only friend.
We were advanced scouts mostly, so we can come back and tell you not to bother if there's nothing there.
Okay.
So you notice there are no fauna that are in the area. You listen for birds chirping or crickets or frogs. There's nothing there. You try and look for tracks. You see a little further ahead. There are certain disturbed mounds of sand. They might have been washed over already, but they're definitely a little more disturbed than usual. And whatever shape she might have described the day before, you see now what it is. It's a lifeboat. It's a rowboat. And you think back, and this might have been what Captain Javier was mentioning, that some of the survivors of Sovereign might have sailed in this area and might have camped out into the forest. You run a little more ahead, and you're noticing all of this because you're with them.
How far behind is it, these guys?
About a few miles.
Oh, we just
You're going to get a little more tricked out.
So we can catch up with them.
Actually,
You might be able to describe whatever he's seeing.
yes. I can also speak through Luca. You're going to hear a little voice in exactly my accent speaking to you from under the collar. I can see what I'm putting onto my noble friend here. To say, oh, this is probably the sovereigns. If you've seen the fishy people, that's probably them camping out. You might want to be careful if they are actually staying here.
I lose my composure for a bit.
It looks at you with its opening its eyes. I'm very cute, am I not?
All right. So you go towards the boat. It's
Before we do, I'm going to ask you, do you want to stop and wait for them to catch up and just keep an eye on it?
You want to wait?
We go towards it? I don't want to go towards it.
You wait. All right.
Yeah, we'll hide among the trees and just keep watching and see what goes on.
Go ahead and make stealth checks. Eventually you catch up to where they are. Let's see if you find them or not.
Are you hiding?
Are you guys
Hiding from
like
us as well?
No, just in general.
Oh.
so cool?
17.
Okay. You manage to head into the nearby trees, and at this point it's still salty in the air, but there's a heavier smell of dew, fresh dew, and there is. It's very humid already. It's cold, but your sweat makes your clothes stick to your skin, and it's very uncomfortable to say the least. But eventually, you wait by the trees, and you see the rest of your party: a gnome, tiefling, half elf, and an Aasimar. Just come by.
Aasimar is now wearing a very fine but very large coat.
Who is now wearing noble clothes, and you would not have seen them, but for you it's weird because you're perceiving through Luca's senses, and you see your party enter. You see your party enter the beach now. Where
Check
they're
myself out.
Do you like what you see?
Of course. It's close. Thank you very much, my noble friend.
basically the sand, instead of a clear washed off sand, there are a few mounds that clearly means that it's been disturbed.
Has there been any movement on the beach while we're
You haven't noticed any movement so far.
Can I see if the movement is a slithering or a bipedal based on my
Okay.
knowledge of this already?
You wanted to.
Are there still items left in the boat?
Okay, go ahead and you all gather. It's about midday now, so the sun's about to set soon. You can go ahead and make an investigation check to observe the rowboat, or the lifeboat.
Since I'm following after, you can also do that.
You can just assist him, and you can do it at advantage.
You rolled two.
So you roll twice, yeah?
Using my natural explorer.
Wow, Jed.
Roll again, roll again.
Tracker mode, so
take the higher.
And what's your
You might want to change your dice. That's not how it works, but
You're not proficient, so I don't think...
am I though?
Okay, go ahead and go ahead and make another survival check as you observe. It's already been washed over by
If you're not proficient, you don't add plus, right?
you don't, but you add your intelligence.
Okay. So you can add plus.
It's 10.
Or if they're not,
Just a 10.
Okay. So Brolin and Longshanks, you observe the tracks.
for survival.
Wait,
I'll roll on that as well.
go ahead. And Dex, you
It's
check
one.
the boat.
You can walk.
I got 10.
You can walk.
You check the boat. There's nothing of interest there other than leftover rope, about 20 feet worth of rope. Or
No, I don't. I still don't.
Dex and Kalir, rather, because you were the ones that are searching. Stefan, do you do anything as you've now reached?
No, we're just waiting for them outside.
Okay. You guys, you check out the tracks.
Something.
Maybe someone's following us.
There are about let's see. There are about 6 sets of tracks, all humanoid of varying sizes. Some of them are about 12 inches, some are a little half. So varying genders and foot sizes definitely, but about 6 sets of them. But then there is a deeper depression along these tracks. Large clawed prints. Each is about probably 2 to 3 feet in length per print, and it's large and clawed, like it just digs into the sand.
But just one set.
Just one set.
Can you roll a nature check to know what creature?
Instead, I'd like you to roll an Arcana check.
Oh, what?
Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
Can I see if it's familiar in any way?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check. Do you want to check? No. Okay. It is a big.
Can I check as well? I don't
Sure,
have,
go ahead. They're heading towards the forest.
14.
14.
I got 7.
Do you have?
Yep, I did. It's plus 5.
Basically, this is the beach. The forest area is already just decided. So you're just going to go perpendicular towards.
Oh, I did.
You came from here. Yes. So basically, where you are now, this is the beachfront area. You found the boat around here.
Yeah.
You found the tracks leading towards the forest area already.
Where did we come from?
You came from here.
So are the tracks leading towards the grove we're going to?
Yeah.
So it's on missions.
So it's definitely whatever Captain Javier was right in his report that there might be survivors of Sovereign that have. What was your role in your survival, both of you?
6 plus 9.
20. Longshanks, you notice also the way the footprints are patterned. They're very small and they're very deep, which implies that they seem to be wounded or hurt or weakened in some way.
So I've got the ability to recall information about Bay feet.
Just those 3?
Yeah, just those 3. Would I say these tracks are related to them in any way?
At this point, you would know they don't ping in your wealth of knowledge at the moment. Roll the 14 for your Arcana. Okay. It can be a great number of things. The way these tracks are patterned. It could be a beast. It could be something, but definitely bipedal. So not a 4-legged creature, or at least it walks on 2 legs. But the only other thing that's bipedal that might fit this kind of foot size is probably a velociraptor or an allosaurus. But
A dinosaur.
but dinosaurs are endemic to most forests, but it's a little strange, definitely, that a set of these prints would be along 6 sets of humanoid prints also.
I've heard of a pirate who was turned into one of these creatures. Does it look familiar in that respect in any way?
No, at this point, no. It's weird. It's weird. Three large clawed footprints.
Oh, there's a pirate you can turn into dinosaurs? Reptiles?
Oh yeah.
I drew it! Oh, I drew it!
Moon Druid.
That was my other character.
After examining the tracks, I know you're wounded.
That's very good.
You're wounded. And you're heading towards the
That's very bad.
Oh, they've. I suppose with your roll of 20, you know that these tracks have already. It's been a while, so they've probably. Or at least these tracks are at least around almost a week old.
That's very shitty.
They told them it's about a week old.
A week old? What do you know about?
Just basing it off of the depression and the way that.
So smart.
Look, guys, these guys are adventurers.
I look at long shots, I'm amazed. My tail is kind of twitching.
It's on the beach with the sand.
There's a picture that or images in my head how it happened.
What do you see, long shots? What do you see?
No, humanoid. So, you
Step on poo here.
do you head what? Do you head into the forest?
I think we should.
We should. Yeah, let's go.
I like forest.
We might be taking a route.
We need
There
to
we
go
go.
in
Okay.
there anyway.
Okay. You head into the forest. Immediately you feel just how claustrophobic it is here with all the shrubbery and trees around. But the trees are definitely very healthy and definitely worth using as materials for boats. Now you just have to go. Now you just have to actually do what you were set out to do.
Before that, I have an idea. We hide the light.
You want to hide the lifeboat?
Oh,
Where?
actually, I forgot to ask. Is the lifeboat functional?
Yeah, looks functional. Like
We should
there
hide
are
it
no
and just take it
holes.
for ourselves on the way up.
We hide it so that we can escape using that light bulb.
Did we bury it?
If we'll use it, we can find it.
No one would put it like a loud.
Okay. You can go ahead and make another survival check if you want to hide it.
Can I aid him?
Okay. So roll an advantage.
Can I do a separate survival
For what?
to hide the boat?
They're already hiding the boat.
19 plus 5.
Okay. So you use whatever sand, and there is this, at least there's a tarpaulin there that you can just cover it over, and then you just cover it with sand.
Seaweed.
Told you. You're the one that listens to me, but
You're
That's
barking
not-
commands. You were pretending to be listening. Actually, know what to do.
I can't be near an enemy.
I throw some sand in his direction. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry.
As you enter, you hide successfully the boat at least, and now you enter the forest, and it is claustrophobic. It is humid as hell here,
I use your coat to wipe my sweat. Oh,
I'm getting pissed off.
and
this is very
and the
hot.
ground is soft, definitely a little muddy, especially considering that it seems like it just rained a few days ago. So it's got that fresh, dried up mud scent to it as you enter. It's probably around. The sun's about to set now, so you rest up here, and then you traverse onwards to the forest proper. You rest up, and you should have put up a watch, but there's still nothing in the forest that indicates any sort of life. It's strange, like the local fauna of the forest seems either dead or all of them are hiding, or for some reason they're all quiet.
can I do like a nature check on the strawberry?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Such a shit roll.
Stop
Such
using that
shit roll.
dice.
It's not good for
Using
you.
it
I'm gonna use another one. I'm gonna use another one.
Is this
Is it mine? Oh, yeah.
It's
What did I get?
What did you get on your dice?
I forgot. You said
3.
3 plus
3.
nature.
6. They're very green, very full, very healthy.
There's another Dyson case. I have several of these for this reason.
Longshanks, do you do your primeval awareness again? Okay. No monstrosity still, but the presence, that strange presence, is laying it on thick here. It's not something that pings in your primeval awareness, but definitely something that makes you that basically makes the hairs at the back of your neck stand, and it feels like there's this weight on your heartbeat and whenever you try and sense this presence, your breath gets a little more shallow. It's hard to pinpoint the direction because it's not something you're attuned to, but definitely within the forest.
So that's like surrounding us.
Well, for him, it's not surrounding you. It's more like it's here. It's in the forest, and you feel it. You just don't know where it is exactly.
Can I keep checking the tracks to see if we're catching up on whatever it is?
Okay, go ahead and make another survival check. Okay, advantage.
No, 18 plus 4. 21.
21. Okay. The tracks have already been covered over by rain and then local weather effects. But you see some leftovers of someone cutting through this path of greenery. So you see some of the plants seem to have been disturbed in some way, and it's just beginning to come back into its natural state. So you know the general direction of where they're waiting.
Would I say this is a while ago with it coming back into its natural
Probably
state?
around almost 3 days ago.
Okay. Definitely post watches then.
So you're now on the 5th day of your travel. Use up 2 more rations.
If anyone's running low, I've got tons of pig meat on me.
Of what?
Pig meat.
Boar meat.
Why?
From a previous adventure where we murdered a boar and made boar jerky.
Nice.
So if you're running low,
Delicious.
have you got enough rations?
Can I keep Lucas scouting up ahead every
Okay.
100 meters?
Whenever there's definitely a tree canopy here, so you definitely wanna make him fly below that canopy. Otherwise, you're just gonna see trees the entire time.
Because he can do it once as an action. I believe it's every long rest and invisibility.
No, invisibility is an action. He can just do that willy-nilly.
Oh, great. I'll have him.
Okay, he's gonna turn invisible and fly ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he shape change into anything?
No, it's already this.
Okay.
The dragon changes shape?
It's a part of the chain thing. It's a warlock thing where her familiar can do many things.
Basically, your familiar sucks, Jess.
My familiar.
You can't even summon.
You can't even summon it. But
You scout. You move forward, tracking them still.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check for Luca.
Okay, he's not.
It's not advantage or disadvantage at least.
Got it. Straight roll. Hold on. Let me just check his stats.
Imp.
Got
I
it.
think an imp is a +1 to I don't know.
Five.
+5. Oh,
Which
okay.
creature you can turn into first person?
18. Okay.
Well, I can only turn into either handful or
Why?
All right.
Do 1/4 counter.
So, by the way, what's your marching order, guys? Who goes first? Ranger goes first.
I'll probably go behind it.
Brolin. Well, this order,
yeah,
basically.
basically
Okay.
that.
And next to my friend.
You follow the tracks, but then the invisible dragon goes forwards, and then just vanishes into the wilderness.
I'm using Mask of the Gods, so I'll just
Okay. Go ahead and make stealth check.
So this is, yeah, but this is basically so. This is level 4 for one person. So if it's
All right. So let's see.
I see something.
Zila,
Yes.
something catches you're holding on to somebody at this point, which is likely gonna be likely Stephanie. There is,
You have quite the strong shoulders, like.
for someone so rich, you're pampered. Something catches your eye, at least from the perspective of your dragon. A light source, a firelight. That it's still a little dark here because of the canopy, the canopy of trees.
What time of day is it?
It's morning definitely, and the sunlight peeks in every now and then, illuminating lightly the entire area. But it's still relatively dark. And the trees here are at least 30 feet high. It's very high trees. And again, there's this eerie silence. The only thing you ever hear are the rustling of the shrubbery that you pass through, and any you would hear, and any footfall that you might make. But about 100 feet away, you actually, I guess as forward as Luca can be, about several hundred feet away, 100 paces away, you see a firelight somewhere off into the distance. And then you follow that light source, and you see a camp. Several individuals in, you see several individuals huddled together around the same campfire, shaking and go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yes or mine?
I'll say yours, I guess. Yeah, yours.
Okay. 17 plus 21.
21. There's definitely a very faded pallor to their skin. Like they're very pale, and you can see some of the veins are exposed. You see several individuals, a few women, a few men. One of them is an orc, but a lot of them are probably tieflings. Some of them are tieflings, some of them are elves, half elves. But there's very, very pale, almost gray skinned. Not undead, definitely, but dying.
They're not scaly anymore.
No, they're wearing leathers. And you also see a very familiar insignia, two snakes coiled around a staff with their heads meeting at the tip of the staff. You may have seen this in the Battle of Sovereign a few months ago with one of the ships that came along with the Kraken.
Without saying a word, Sila suddenly spits into the ground, but you can't really see where she's spitting. There's looking for Luca. She may have landed on your foot. We're not sure.
She probably you feel a wet spot probably around your forearm.
What is that?
Yeah, 'cause she's seen it through.
I can't hear you.
Vomit. Can you tell us? Yeah,
Do you see anything?
She goes unnaturally quiet for a while, and then I want to make sure that there is nothing else that Luca can glean from what she sees.
They're sick. There are a lot of them are groaning in pain. Some of them can seemingly stand and try to shake it off, but there's that same paleness to them.
Is there anything large or unnatural looking based on the tracks that my long friend mentioned?
The large tracks are not here anymore. They seem to have been covered already by the length of time. Likely the big tracks and the small tracks probably traveled at different times. At this, and you would notice because you've lost that big track also.
One last one. Based on my heritage, can I tell that what they are suffering from is unnatural and unusual?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
16.
It is a very obscure bit of knowledge, but definitely a disease, but something otherworldly. Something that is not of this plane. And something related to what might have been mentioned as frog-like creatures. Like frog-like creatures or
Nothing I've heard of.
extraplanar creatures.
That was something about
You don't remember the name specifically. It's like it starts with a D or an S. Delas, Lasad, Slod. It's
God damn!
I don't know that.
I so wanna be meta, but okay. Okay, it's possible for me to just pocket the look out there.
you pocket lane Luca. Okay. Luca comes back to doesn't come back because you have to use another action to make a wheel.
And then I just pull my very nice noble clothes that are a little bit muddy and sweaty all over my shirt.
Well, the tips of your cloaks are definitely caked in mud now.
Oh, yeah.
It'll come right with you.
So why not? That's why I never.
Definitely not.
Really not.
How close to this camp are we?
I'm sorry, I have a stain on your coat.
Based on what she might have said,
I'm going to
and based on when she let the dragon fly, it's probably around at least 300 feet away still. So you still have, and clearly they haven't been alerted to your presence.
So I want to stop everybody.
I'm sorry.
I want to stop everybody from walking forwards.
Yeah.
So what's the plan with these guys?
I'll tell you because there's the smile is gone from her face. She puts her arms on her hips and she just says very seriously. Okay, here's the deal. Those people that we've been tracking, they're up ahead. But for some reason they seem to be very sick. I have no idea what they're sick of, or we don't think none of you also look very sick, so whatever it is probably not catching. But I'm worried about barging in there when we don't know what they're sick of, and whatever huge thing that we have been tracking as well, I didn't see it there.
What was the spitting all about?
Just, you know, my friend, we haven't been able to talk a lot because we've been trying to concentrate on the tracking, but if there's something you must know about me is that I once had a ship. I was once a first mate. But then a fucking sovereign went and sunk my ship, and every friend I knew, save for a few, luckily they were the ones I did like. They all rest at the bottom of the sea. It's nothing, I mean, soldiers spit for luck, so do sailors. They're one and the same, depends on where they fight, the sea, the land. I spit for luck, and at the same time I spit because they gave a really bad taste in my mouth when I think of them. And then you see her working up spit in her mouth.
Make sure you're gonna spit on the other way around.
I'm sorry, my friend, but your clothes are very nice and I'm very appreciative.
Based on your 16 a while ago, you definitely know that this disease is not something transmittable by airborne.
I also mentioned,
It's not transmittable by the ones that are suffering from it either.
that's good.
Did you see the mark?
If you've ever noticed
What?
of
See the mark?
any
The insignia.
Oh, did you mention the insignia? The insignia?
the insignia, I do. I used a spell, minor illusion, to create an image, a flat image of the symbol. Does anybody recognize this? I've seen it when my ship sunk.
You might have. I mean, the Battle of Sovereign was definitely a very big event, and I mean, it was a kraken and a ship that was just bombarding the bay at all times, and then it was felled by this mimic ship. It was a very bombastic story. One of the ships, however, that supported Sovereign, the kraken, was this white-sailed ship with a symbol, that same symbol that she described.
This symbol is very bad news, but
So definitely.
these are bad people, but they're already very sick. Would any of you happen to be familiar with demon frogs of any kind?
Everyone make their Arcana checks.
Yeah, I think I might.
That's
It's your specialization.
that's
Yay!
The wizard finally got a good one.
Can I use my
Oh god, I got
ability for that?
21.
I could for the
Oh, Faith
Yeah.
Bay Fiend.
It doesn't apply here.
Yeah, what
I got 21.
What roll?
Arcana.
Arcana.
And he got
Six.
21.
I got
It's not bad.
It's not very special.
21.
Congratulations.
Do you like hopping up and down? Excited?
Okay,
I know.
21. Everyone else? 14?
6.
15. Okay. So, very excitable. Very excitable. Dex is jumping up and down, but you also, Stefan, you also know this creature. It is rather confusing, isn't it? You know demon frogs? There's no such thing as demon frog. There are otherworldly frogs, and these are called the slod. And sloths are aberrations. They are not fiendish of any kind, but they come from a different plane of existence, and usually they are summoned here. But you know that they came. What's weird, I guess, is that they came from the sailboat. So, however that thing got here, they might know. Definitely, you would know that one particular kind of slod, when he wounds you, you might get infected with a larva inside that would gestate inside your body. And definitely the same thing is what these individuals might be suffering from, the ones that you've seen.
Why not if they want the empire summons or replace?
Make a history check.
Do they change? Do they like transform to anything else, or do they just make them very sick?
Okay, 21?
21.
Okay, based on that roll, because it was so high, you would know that they only get very, 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 very sick as the gestation ends. And based on the symptoms that she described, they're probably just about a few hours away from dying.
How many is in one person? Just one person.
But the way they get out of the body, they burst out of the chest.
And then they look for another host.
Not necessarily, but these tadpoles of sorts grow into slot themselves.
Shit, there were 6 of them.
How long does it take before they're like infected?
And then there's 6.
Between infection and
infection
Let's kill.
In your case, you would know, I guess, also how long infections last.
Yeah.
It's about. Let me check that. Let's see.
they have an alien situation.
Over the course of about 3 months. So these guys must have been infected much earlier, and now they are feeling its effects.
So I'm going to ask the party at whole who can move silent. Have you got stealth?
Do you have what was that? What was that
If you go
stealth
into
spell?
your before me,
Pass it down, please.
Yeah, is it second level?
I'm not sure if it's second. I think it's second. Do you have pass it down?
No, she's only second level, so she doesn't have it.
but you can change it to your panther form to gain stealth.
She doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's a second level spell.
Panthers get an 8 stealth, right?
No.
Question.
Yeah.
When the hosts of the slug, when the slug burst out, the hosts die, but the slug are essentially fully grown.
No,
So
they're tadpoles.
What would their wizard know what will happen if a host were to expire before the tadpole emerges?
At this stage of gestation, they'd likely just burst out anyway. If you kill them, they'd likely burst out.
And then they're like they burst out fully grown.
No, they burst out as tadpoles.
So I'm going to suggest to the party as a whole that we sneak up on this camp and try and take them out before the
And I'd like to
First
stand.
out as cute tadpoles.
Tadpoles.
Are they dangerous? Is that why
For
you-
Definitely. I mean, they will definitely hunt to nourish themselves until fully grown.
Yeah, I would suggest any of us that can move silently sort of creep up to the bushes close, and then everybody else stay 10-15 feet back and rush in after.
I do not have any abilities that can make us more quiet, but I might have something that can make something else make noise, like a distraction.
Yeah, I do have that as
Yeah, a minor
So-
that we
illusion.
have
Big
that.
advance.
Can you draw the layout of the camp in the ground?
God.
I'll do that.
God.
So they are all huddled up in. You will be coming from here,
Okay.
or at least this is your direction here. The camp is about the other end. They are huddled over a campfire right here. You see, she mentions several individuals huddled up on it. They are shivering. They are sickly.
Poor bastards.
There are a few tents. There's a tent here.
Oh, I do have stealth.
I'm like cat. Oh, it's dangerous. Yeah, what can I see?
It's dangerous. Don't be a cat.
know.
Don't be a cat.
But
You have two headphones.
Don't be a cat.
But I can climb 30 feet.
You've got two shape changes. So technically, if you wanted to be a cat, then you could shape change when we initiate the attack.
Can you get yours on a short rest? You can really change that on a short rest or a long rest.
Short, wild shape is short rest.
It applies to all the ways.
Yes.
So you could technically be a cat and get in a tree, and then turn into a panther and jump out of the tree onto people.
Yeah,
These are trees. These are some are larger than the others. Some are smaller than the others.
Very realistic render.
I know, right?
Try, guys.
So is there also brush and stuff between these?
There are what?
drawing
Is
this
there
in
also
the
like brush?
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
there's brush and bush in
I'm so
between.
sorry. Oh, these are okay. I knew that. They look
So I would suggest we come from this way. Yeah, those of us with stealth try and get up to around here.
well, I can get up to a tree.
Yeah, you can. And then those of us without hang back maybe 10 feet. And we'll initiate the attack. And then you guys run in.
But what if
We're taken by
what
surprise.
if I fail? What if
I'm sorry.
There's always a chance of
You're
failure.
gonna die. You got that health potion,
I'm
right?
pretty sure that the large creature didn't go with it.
It's not there.
it's not
Can
here?
these guys infect other people?
What do you mean?
Can these guys?
Infect?
They're just infected, right?
No, they can't.
The frog
They
thing.
have the frog wings there.
So what do you guys think of that plan?
I'm not very sure of your abilities, my friends, but who are among you can hit things from afar? Can hit things from afar.
Everybody can.
Wait,
You, I had an idea, but
yeah, we're all ranged.
because we can sneak up on him.
Well, for me, I want to stealth up.
Yes.
And then as soon as the first volley goes off, I'll run in to melee.
Right, so you can
I won't be tanking, but I'll be stabbing.
Do we have a plan?
They don't have a tag
Because they are dying, but my only worry is if you were to go up there, they're already dying, but we don't know where the possibly
I guess I could go from range. I guess I can go.
we can see first if something comes up,
Yeah, I can go range and stuff.
and then when we see that big thing, then we can.
Okay. Yeah, let's do
So
that.
you're gonna approach first. Is that
So
the plan?
who's approaching? Are you?
Do I want to take into account?
I would go into
Why don't we
a
give me
cat.
a survival check?
Actually,
There's no reason not to.
Oh!
Like, what's your stealth on?
is this by scale? So they're all within a 5 to 15 feet. 15 feet square?
How,
What do you mean?
How
That's
big
5
is-
feet.
How
are they-
close how close are
they,
they
like, huddled
together?
Yeah, they're
They're
huddled
literally 15
So
feet.
just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
Same
that.
thing.
You also got your inspiration, so if you fail, you can re-roll it.
There's still the sense
Okay,
of
it's
it's
okay.
still there.
Positive
Some of the
vibes.
ground is still
Positive
disturbed.
vibes.
I mean, some of the ground is still a little more
We're gonna
disturbed.
Okay.
But definitely
I'm gonna
deeper.
attack them.
Which boat?
No, this damage will be
Yeah.
dealt.
Here, this direction? Or deeper in the forest? Oh, okay. Who's approaching that? You're also approaching?
As a cat.
Are you sure?
I guess everyone else.
If I die, can someone like if I
Oh, you've got
turn
your
on my
inspiration still, so if you fail stealth, you re-roll.
Okay, who's approaching? Because everyone else would be here.
who's the nun?
This would be.
Oh,
I am a very noble looking nun.
Oh, this would be you. I guess.
Oh, me? Oh no, I was the...
who's the other girl?
Long checks.
You're the other girl?
Okay, so me and you are
You're trying to approach still.
Well, who's the other girl?
Oh, this could.
No, there are two girls. You're the nun,
know the
right?
genders of the minis.
I just want to get the girl as well, so I'm not confused.
Who is approaching first? There's Roland. There's
Oh, like forward?
Roland, Kalir,
I want to get within 60
See
feet
that?
behind the tree.
I'm up the tree when those branches.
What's the range?
Let's put myself here.
crossbow,
It's 60.
80 to 40.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Okay, everyone first.
Oh, this
Sorry.
is me.
Do you want to approach also?
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, everyone makes tough checks.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
No, I'm turning into a cat first.
Okay, so you turn into a cat.
Try and get up that tree.
So this red tiefling morphs downwards into this cat-like form. Yeah. Oh shoot!
That's not good. Natural one.
I'll say group stealth. Sure.
Okay. I don't
Oh,
shit.
do I?
You guys are hanging back.
Me,
You
I would
don't
like
need to be in.
13.
60 feet.
That's me being a cat, right?
Yes.
60
So you're trying to go in a tree.
Oh, are you stealthy?
I want to be
Yeah.
up at the
You're
tree.
approaching also.
No,
Let's take a step.
If I stay only behind the tree, do I still have to make a stealth check? Okay. Take it.
So you can move and do whatever.
I'm up a tree.
Dex, are you also approaching? No, you stay here.
You hand back.
Stay. Stay.
Hand back.
24. Okay.
12.
12.
Fuck.
You got your inspiration.
It's 8.
You got your inspiration.
Good enough?
yeah,
You can re-roll it.
Can add 1.
You can re-roll it or add 1d6. Your choice.
I should.
If it's really low, you might want to
How much?
reroll it.
How much do I see?
We don't know.
No, fuck.
DM roll.
What? Matthew, what are better at? 4.
And what did you roll?
4.
So you got 8.
8.
So do you want to put 6 on?
What's my?
I recommend you just re-roll it. If you want to use this. Are you going to use it?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Take this.
Because I'm a cat.
Should we all use it?
What's happening with everyone?
Well, if you lose your hit points.
Fucking shit, fuck.
Okay, if you lose your hit points, you just go back into your druid form. You don't actually.
Oh, if I lose my hit points, add
You've
8.
got 3 health bars essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you didn't should have told me that. Well, I rolled a 6 anyway.
So that was an 8. Oh, 10. Oh, 10.
You have an inspiration.
Use it already.
Yeah.
They're gonna see. They're gonna see.
We're gonna see a cat.
Which tree?
I suppose this one. This one
Okay.
closest.
I'll say you are up here first. You're up at the tree. It's about, how high are you gonna go? It's about 30 feet high, the tree.
About 20.
20 feet high.
And as soon as I see these guys are in position, I want to look maledict my crossbow because it's going to put up a bit of a flame. Can I do it?
Sure. But first, let's see if.
They know this.
Take your damage already. I'll say I'll base. So
Well, if they notice me, they see a cat, right?
Then, right? Okay.
They might shoot at me.
So,
They're gonna shoot at me.
luckily they are afflicted with a disease.
A disadvantage.
And what?
Nice! Natural one.
It's a 9.
Modifier. I like the music, it's very tense.
And it's also
Look at
cold.
that.
It's very tense na po.
Are we super ninjas?
Oh my god! Should we?
5. Okay, it's already a fail.
If they hit you, you can get one on one and a shape change again.
5 again. One last guy. One last guy. He still has disadvantage. I just didn't roll disadvantage on the others because it already failed at 5. Surprisingly,
They're all very sick.
as sick as they are, like whenever someone tries to look around, they come.
It is actually kind of sad.
Where do you want to go? Oh, sorry, this is you. Where do you want to be?
I
Here?
want to be behind the tree and within 60 feet.
This is it.
I wanted to chase me essentially, so I'm going to stand up.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of pop out.
Oh, so you're gonna start here first.
Yeah, pop out.
All right. This is. Who is this? Oh wait.
Long chances upon tree.
Yeah. This is business guy.
Who is that?
Oh, this is you.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
No, not me.
Which one's
I'm
you?
still installed.
You're the one.
Which mini are you?
Which video is this? Am I?
That one.
That is Stefan.
3, 6, 5, 6. Okay, this is the next
Oh,
one.
is that
No, that's Stefan.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, that's D7.
Hey, who's this guy? Yeah, that one is a...
That one.
This one is the next one.
That's the...
That got me confused. Alright, so we're gonna enter surprise round. I'll say everyone first roll initiative.
This is good luck for you. It's not for me, so I'm gonna use this.
11.
19.
I'll
Now
roll
I
it.
roll 19.
12.
Plus 3.
So just so you guys know,
Next.
no, when we're doing a surprise round, it essentially means we get an extra attack before they.
Yes, it's a free round. Next.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in cat mode.
Long chance.
Kitty cat.
So you can do 11. Ah, no.
Yes,
12.
yes.
Okay, so I got the 50.
Make sure you add your dexterity modifiers to that. Kalir, your dexterity modifier would be that of your cats. Rather than your own.
Plus 2, so 21.
Your cats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you went plus 2.
Stefan.
11.
11. Okay,
No, wait, sorry, I'm on 11 also.
that's okay.
You're going to be badass. Okay, but I'm going to draw a menu and jump out of a tree and rip the faces off. It's
As
going to
a-
be awesome.
What the cats do you have as a cat?
Typically, you go by initiative order, but my homebrew rule for surprise round is you get to choose who gets to go whatever order. Who wants to go first?
I would just in retrospect, I say that as we were planning, I suggested the group that I have spells that can attack several in one go.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to do one that. I have spells that can attack several people in one go from a distance.
So I would suggest
Area of effect.
you go.
Okay.
Oh, you can react as we go. Like,
We can go in succession.
If I use
cat form? No.
in wild shape, no.
Yeah, I'll go back later. Okay, so let's go with Sila.
Going to rub my hands together, and then as I rub them continuously faster, they start to spark, and then when I pull them apart, there is a spark of pure purple light in the middle. And then I blow it in their direction. It appears right in the middle, and in a, what call this? 5-foot radius, right where the campfire is.
Oh, okay.
It bursts into a flaming sphere.
Oh shit. So what is the flaming sphere?
Literally, a flaming sphere.
Okay, so you rub your hands together until a spark comes out, and the campfire light flickers. One of them says, "I think the fire is dying. Someone go." And then,
Are they dead?
We shall see who survives.
It's a deck save. If they end their turn in it, but if it's a surprise round,
They don't have turns in surprise round.
okay.
So let's start with the deck save there.
Dex save 50 points. Attack damage 26.
Let's start with this guy. He's stuck
Want me to roll
looking,
damage?
stuck looking into it. Yeah, roll for damage already.
Okay.
What's your spell save DC?
DC is 13.
That's a pass. So
This is 5.
roll for damage.
9.
9. He takes 4 damage. So with this guy, this one here, one.
And it stays in form, so I'm just gonna mark it with this.
This also pass.
Dang it!
This one, this drow.
But this is I can do it as a bonus action. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
The fire erupts. And immediately one of them is torched to death. And he's still burning.
Great, I release a magic. I released the gun.
This guy here. That's a pass.
So I'm concentrating now.
Yeah. This one. Also a pass.
But at least they're not that healthy. That scares me.
They're not very healthy at all.
But at least the firewall's already strong. It'll just cause constant damage.
Oh.
As long as it's up.
Alright, so spell is in effect. Who wants to go next? So this flaming sphere erupts in the middle of the campfire. One of them is completely torched to death. Who is up next? Who would like to go next?
Can I go next?
Alright, so you're
So
the
I'm
cat.
transforming back to my druid form.
Is that an action or a bonus
It's a
action?
bonus action.
Okay, so you go back.
It hurts.
Are you up in the tree or
If you climb up as a cat.
did you climb up as a cat?
Yeah, I did. Does that count as well?
This is it's a non-Euclidean.
It's not. Can you math the word?
We have to go with the Pythagorean theorem of the
No, please, no, please.
it's
No, please, Jen. Please spare us.
being the math guy, what is the hypotenuse of her being 20 feet up and this is
Don't, he will actually calculate it.
okay, go ahead and
Okay, so I'm gonna use. We can use this spell now.
you have an action left.
So I'm gonna. Is this 60 feet away?
5, 10, 5, 30, 35,
Okay, so
I'll wait in range.
ice shard appears out of my rises at my palm, and I shoot it towards this.
Okay, it's nice thing. So you take out an ice shard. Fires. First you have to roll the hit.
20.
It'll pop later.
Naturally beat them, I think.
Ice knife.
Again, 5.
5. No, 5 points of damage.
And then does that thingy each creature in 5 feet?
Go ahead and make go ahead and roll this. 4 points that you have to dodge.
You have had
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have to take the dexterity saving.
Okay.
Will they take half that?
ready your defense.
I'm pretty sure they take half of
That's beat them.
Oh yeah, half of
One
it.
with a
Yeah.
zero.
Same. Yeah, half of it. Sorry. Alright, so let's start with this guy. Dex save. Natural 20.
Whoa, shit.
What?
Wow.
Really?
4 damage from the
He just like
the ice burst.
Yeah,
And then
explode.
a lot of them just try and dodge. Oh wait, they
Yeah.
are diseased.
disadvantage.
Yes.
He gets hit hard. He is just too slow to dodge out of that.
Nice spell. Area of attack go.
Miraculously, she dodges that. She dodges most of it, but she still gets swiped by some of the shards. This one.
I don't like that guy.
Zero damage.
Yeah. This guy. That's amazing. Oh, what's your spell save DC? It's a 12 total.
What's your
It's
DC?
been sailing now.
That would be there. It's 12.
Oh, so that's a pass. Just made it. Miraculously just made it. So that's what states your efficiency plus your
That's the
Spell
number
save
they have to
is-
see to save from their spell.
the spell save
It's
is
that for difficulty.
plus proficiency plus attack. They get damaged a lot. This one's being thrown because she's not working. But a lot of them get wrecked by several shards of ice. Who's up next? Should I go up next?
Arrow.
Alright. Long next. Who do you have? Yes, one thing I understand. I did disadvantage. Likely this guy. He's this orcish guy. Definitely a little more gaunt. You can see his clothing is a little more loose in the armor now. But it probably wasn't that way a few months before. Likely it's because the disease is taking much of his health. But he is the most healthiest of them, if you would consider that.
This is the worst pregnancy ever.
Go ahead and roll for that.
Inhale.
Okay, go ahead. It's advantage. Good thing. Oh my god.
70%.
Shit.
That hits roll for damage.
I'm getting this process.
Yeah, he's already been damaged. 5. 3. So 11 points of damage.
We're blowing loads of stuff on these guys, otherwise they're still going to come out after that.
According to your knowledge, yes.
It's okay. They don't seem to have a lot of health.
That would have been a mistake. But you fire your arrow and immediately he was unable to react and it swipes his face. And he is very, very alerted now, but you are still surprised when some of you have yet to take your turn. Okay. What's he got? Alrighty, just dashed. Stefan or Dex? Like big, right?
So Stefan's eyes started to glow, and then like also his pendant, like his necklace started to glow too, and then the force was staying in his hand, and then a beam started shooting.
Okay. That's
That's
last
the
one.
This one.
He's gonna have a plus. Unless you want to move, you get a clear shot. Yeah, here would be a clear shot. So fire your weapon will be like.
Yeah. So I'll go.
You will be 20 versus 8. So that's a natural 7.
Okay, that is for damage. That's 1d10.
Plus
6 points of damage already. Part of the So,
Dex, what are you using?
Oh, fire.
Firewalk? Good choice.
So this how does this bean look like? Is it what color?
It's color red, and then there's like a spiral green.
Okay, this red energy with a green spiral energy just shoots out at him and hits him square in the chest, pushing him back, and he is looking quite as ragged as he already started. He is even more ragged now. Do you move anywhere?
No, I just stay there. Same red.
He's meaty.
Dex, what do you want to do? Dex, you're up.
Alright, your fireball on. This guy's still alive, right? Oh, this guy.
Alright, do you want to get the clear shot?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll for attack.
Alright, so
You have a +5.
Lex giggles madly and forms a magical gesture.
Okay, go for attack. Wow, that hits definitely. That's 1d10?
Oh, here.
That's pretty
D10.
close. Alright, roll 7 fire damage as you cackle madly as you turn, lifts into the air, and speak the arcane words of fireball as this small missile of flame shoots out. It hits him square in the shin. He is still holding on.
Next, you want to keep this for your turn.
Alrighty. I believe that is surprise round. Oh, you haven't done
I haven't
it.
got this, so this is the one you just did, right?
Yeah, how much damage do you take right now?
2 max health. I'll pop out here. Just fire my crossbow.
I'd say that.
Oh wow. That's a lot.
Oh,
That's
shit.
That ain't gonna work.
I feel you. Our first surprise round together. Oh.
Pretty smart to actually do a surprise round here. Because they are
Always look for the surprise round.
Right.
So you aim down and you click the trigger. Jab. Of all the days.
So can I spend my bonus action
What do you want to
fixing it and reloading it?
do? Sure.
At least the string didn't break or something.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. Yeah.
Alright. Carlo's not here. Go to the bathroom?
Yeah, back.
Alright. We are at the top of the round now. And definitely they have been alerted to their presence, looking at the shimmering ball of flame in front of them where the campfire used to
I
be.
gave them another one.
They immediately unsheathe their swords and bows, and immediately they say, "You overdid it! You overdid it with the campfire." They look back and they say, "That wasn't us," and then they immediately point their swords to you. Longshanks is up, but Kalir, you can go first.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be spicy.
You can do that, or you can use your bonus action.
Yeah, but I'm super far.
She can still cast transform.
She went back.
Yeah, but I'm saying if she can transform, she can still cast spells, right?
No, not in the
You can cast first and then transform. Oh wait, you have to be a moon druid to transform as a bonus action.
It says bonus action.
No, the from that.
Oh there.
And I'm too far anyway. So I'm just gonna use this is my.
Do you have any particularly large forms?
No, I'm limited to this. It's like it's okay.
Your ice knife also does area of effect. That's pretty good that way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you only have 2 spell slots. 2 spell slots, 3 first level spell
Let's do
slots.
it. Oh shit. Oh,
This level. And that's long rest.
it's been a while.
Well, you've always been a warlock. So, Kalir, what do you want?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do ice knife again.
You target.
The same one.
Same guy.
Yeah.
So you hit this guy? Was it this guy?
I think it was.
This one? Okay, go ahead. Go for it.
Fire and ice.
10 plus wisdom and your proficiency is plus this two also. 14. Right? I'm pretty sure your wisdom is as a tiefling, I'm pretty sure your wisdom can only go up to a plus 2 at this point. So, it's 14, that hits. Roll for damage. It's a D10. Then they all have to start to say.
Yep.
So, start on this guy. Roll your d6 roll.
Wow. 3, 4.
Okay. So this guy. Pass. This guy. Fail. This guy. Not 20.
Shit.
So pass, fail, pass. Okay.
What attack is that?
Ice knife. Takes damage. So you hit her again. It swipes at her side, and then it breaks in midair, bursting into a series of shards. It's technically the second round, but the first round was the surprise round.
Technically, it's the first.
They are looking rough.
They break down the brouhaha and then it was amazing.
Actually, it's you, but you're down. So now it's your turn. Do you want to move anywhere? You're about 20 feet up.
I probably, should move closer.
Not necessarily. If you have cantrips that can be at a distance, you can stay away.
I don't have many, like my range isn't that big.
What's your range?
I have 60.
That's actually pretty good. This is 60. That's less than 60.
Stay here. Alright.
Tree.
Stay in your tree. Putting a D10.
Put them on top of the deep end.
We're up. What do you want to hit? Against, the one with the hunter's mark. That hits roll 2d8 plus 1d6.
Hunter's mark.
How does your hunter's mark work? Or it's not just really natural? So you aim down and you see you see this orcish individual in the leathers. It's already very gaunt, the light green skin on his frame is very palpable with the blue veins popping out. You aim down at a very weak spot in his armor and you just let loose. You manage to dodge just in the last minute, but you get a gash deep into his side. Very significant blow. He's very heaving. Very, very heavy.
But he's still up.
Still up.
Fucking hell.
He's very tough. Right? Do you move anywhere? Alright. Now this guy's turn.
Where are you?
That would be
Where am I? Yeah.
okay, so
You guys are...
she takes out a heavy crossbow.
Whoa, shit. She's ranged.
She's ranged. 5, 10, 20. Fire at you. Who's been shooting? Yeah, you've been shooting her with ice knives all freaking day. You reveal yourself as soon as you know. So she's gonna try and got a plus 2. That would be. But you only take 6 points of piercing damage from here.
6 points.
Try very hard not to show anything.
She aims down and fires. This large bolt doesn't hit you in your body, but it hits the tree trunk. You see the shards just shower, the shards of the tree bark just shower you, wounding you a little bit. She goes 25-30 and will go over.
Wow.
That means attacks against her will be ranged attacks against her. Will be a
Disadvantage.
Your flaming spear, end of turn.
End of turn. If they end their turn within the range.
They will never come.
Yeah.
Dex.
So the last guys, the orc guys, dying.
A lot of them are wounded, but this one is especially wounded also.
They've been raining on it.
A lot of, yeah, he's been taking a lot of punishment. For sure.
What spell are you thinking of?
Oh, I'm thinking of catapult, but then
Kind of fun. Let's go.
oh maybe.
Magic missile is a sure hit, but it has not a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Are you feeling lucky?
Oh yeah.
If you hit her with the ranged attacks, it will be at a disadvantage. Which is on the
Oh, if it's magic missile, then
Oh,
that
no.
just automatically. So roll.
I roll magic.
Grade 3. 3d4 plus 3.
So you can fire a ball at her, or you can.
Yeah, you can split it, or you just focus on one dude. Do you
I
want
could focus on one dude.
Alrighty.
I'm not focusing on this guy. Am I in range?
That's
Yeah,
for
you
her.
You are
Oh, yeah.
You have amazing things.
Let's do this.
Go ahead.
Oh, great.
Shit.
1.
So,
No, roll 3d4.
yeah.
3,
5.
Plus 9 points of damage.
Oh, plus 3.
Yeah,
9.
9 points of
Nice.
damage. How does your magic missile look like?
It could be as cool as you want.
Also, like, guarding.
Okay. So you target the one that just shot your friend previously. And you fire these orbs of light. You don't even have to aim. It just leaps out of your hand. And she is hiding behind the tent. And immediately you hear,
a teardrop rolls down my cheek.
Single tear.
A couple
Straight into the air and then comes down.
roll it. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to take it over crossbow shot.
Alright, you still have your crimson right. It's with a 1d4. Heavy crossbow or crossbow? 1d8, 1d4. Just the standard.
Yes.
7.
Associate again.
Mama, yeah. Ah, no, I'm not. Oh, sorry, bad. Yeah.
So you fire, aiming down as the end of your crossbow flaming from your crimson blade. As you fire, the bolt itself is on fire. Arcs across the forest and hits it right in the shoulder. Definitely a significant blow as he is looking really rough. He's still up.
What?
Use my poultice action to grab my oil off of him, my plastic oil, try and run away.
Kind of far.
You can run up to him.
Yeah, can I move up and try and douse him all
Okay,
the way?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Now typically this is something a rogue can do, but if you really want to throw your flask of oil there, I'll say go ahead and do it at a disadvantage.
YOLO. How do I do it through?
I'll add your dexterity. Flat dexterity.
Would it?
Alright. 10. You throw your oil. Because it was such a fast movement, you weren't able to put all your strength into it. But it just falls just short of it. So now there is a puddle of oil right there. As the flask just breaks through. Yeah, you have
Is that lady still alive?
What?
No, that's one the one thrown.
Okay.
They're tough for sick.
They're sick.
Now what is that?
Zila, you're up.
And you see
From here. I forgot. Okay, there's something. Because they remind me that they all roll backside and disadvantage.
okay, I'll use a bonus action to ram. No, actually, I don't need to because if it's right in the middle, I'm going to just use it to ram against the orc guy.
Okay, that's a dex save?
That's a dex save.
Okay, he has
2d6.
disadvantage. Oh, it failed.
7.
7 points of damage.
Can I? Oh,
He can only move around.
I can only move one ram. I can move 2 rams.
That's it.
That's
and
it.
then it stops moving.
Okay, I'll keep it there, and then I'll use an action to catch. He's still up.
Still up. Like you call your flame, it just hits him, and he is on fire. And but he is barely up. He is really heavily.
Trust me, you don't want to see your baby. I call out to him, and then I step a little out so I can see him a bit, and then I'm going to.
This way or this way?
I think other side.
Okay.
There, so clear cover. It's clear cover. And I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at him. Hopefully he goes down.
Go ahead and make an attack.
I do not have agonize. 6.
6.
Oh no, sorry, I rolled attack. D20 plus 14.
14 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. What is my? I need that.
Oh, you rolled it a while ago. 6.
Use that 6.
All right. How does your Eldritch Blast do?
Okay, my Eldritch Blast looks like a straight beam of crystalline purple energy. I point up around, I point up above me, and then a pinprick of light shoots down at him from there.
Okay. You fire your Eldritch Blast, like shines in the sky, as if peering down through the gaps in the cannon. It fires at him, hitting him square in the face. And as the beam passes, his head is gone. He is dead.
Finally!
Oh, wow.
Sorry, you'll never get to meet the baby. It's finally dead. It took a lot.
I only can move for 30 feet, right?
30 feet, yes.
Yeah, I'll move closer. I can do it.
Is that you?
5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Here? Okay. What do you want to do? You still have your action.
That was your movement. That's your movement. You can move 30 feet in any direction, and then you can use your action to attack or to. Yeah.
Or
do you want
cast a
to
spell.
attack?
No, I don't do that.
You don't want to attack?
They're blocking the way.
Not necessarily.
But they
What
can,
spell?
they can actually.
Okay.
They just have an AC bonus, basically.
Okay. So, like, he's preparing for another attack of Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Who do you shoot?
Oh, this one.
Okay, go ahead and roll for attack.
Attack.
Oh, wait.
No, D20.
D20.
You made the same mistake I did. It's okay. It happens.
12.
Natural 12.
Plus 5, that hits, roll for damage.
One.
1 plus 3.
4.
4 total. Alright. How does your beam look like?
Red with the spiral green.
Spiral green beam. She is barely about to take out a bow, and as she aims down about to shoot, it just shoots right through her heart. She falls dead.
Nice.
Wait a minute.
Alrighty. That
Look
is
at
your
that.
turn.
What about the same frog?
These 2 dice. Okay, I can take them. Then alrighty. Oh, he hasn't taken it. He will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Roll it. He takes out a longsword.
Oh. But she's
He rolls at disadvantage. takes out his sword. Leave us alone! Tries to shoot him. It is very slow, very deep. You just nimbly dash out of it.
That's how the way the sword
Agitated as he already is, you flick him on the nose, and he is just livid. He is pissed off. Here at the top of the round, Longshanks. Yeah. He has, well, you're 20 feet up, so I guess it's fine. You have advantage why? He's already attacked. He's already taken his turn.
May first shoot.
Okay. That hits, roll for damage.
Super effective so far. But then we haven't seen the frogs yet.
Yeah.
You know it.
Maybe they're probably all gonna burst.
They borrow a D8.
One point of damage. So you fire. You shift your focus 8 once more, and you fire down. It just clips the side of his face also. Seemingly you were aiming for a headshot. Taking out a chunk of his face. He is looking really rough. Kalir, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna
You see now that a lot of the enemies have fallen. You know that they're about to give birth.
give birth.
Please to safety. One of them is hiding behind the tent, but she has been shot by Dex. One of them is already engaged, rolling, but he is been felt pretty hard by it.
Well, I look around and see that my fellow adventurers are doing pretty well. So for now, I'm just gonna turn to my panther just to get myself ready for nightfall.
This guy. What's the HP?
People up there?
And not really.
Well, Taylor maybe. Still trying to yeah, still sensitive, so.
So you shift out from the branch you're holding on to. You shift into this black panther with a red tiefling tail.
Pointed.
That's so cute though. You're a devil panther.
She stands and she aims down at you, but immediately she drops her crossbow and immediately she vomits.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
And she clutches at her chest, and you hear this squelching sound
Oh,
as
that's disgusting.
God, I threw up a bit in my mouth.
this white worm-like creature bursts out. You can see the rib cage just jutting out from the chest, and the weird thing is it's a large organ, and it is about the face of a frog-like creature.
It's large.
It's about this.
Oh, okay. Thought you meant size category.
Besides my arm.
Shit. Big baby.
This is predator.
No wonder the birthday was terrible.
These are the creatures that infect you, right?
It's inside of
They
them.
touch you. And they move
See,
you.
be careful.
Oh, no.
See, parang.
Oh, this one.
Not this one because it's not fully grown.
Okay.
So this one is going to
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit's happening.
She doesn't know that she's video now.
So basically, it's up to you guys whether it's up to you but as it comes to getting my face on sword,
watching that. It's dangerous out of that. So I'm watching that, and then I see what happens to you, and I wonder what's more disgusting.
Okay, you hear from behind the trees. That is fucked up. It's so cool though.
Dexter, rolling your own.
We have adjustment camping for 5 days.
Anyone infected? Are you infected too?
You're a big one. You see shit. That was cool.
High five.
Alright. Fireball.
Against.
The thing. This one. You are about here. I say you have to move about here to get a free shot. Okay. Right. Go ahead and roll for that.
That plus spot something that is over there.
You fire your aim down from your hand as the clip appears
Unless
from
the
the
glass
top.
smells like
It fires into the worm creature. It hits hard. Yeah, but it seems like the flame just the impact is there and the creature writhes in pain, but the flame seemingly does not stick around for as long as it should. So it seems to have been resisted.
Oh shit.
With the fire?
It's resistant to fire. It's okay. Your Elder's Blast is force damage.
Fire resistant?
It's your eyes.
Do you want to do anything else, Dex?
Do you want to move away?
No, I'm fine.
Alright. Roll your own.
He's too far.
How does
Sila, you're on
You
there.
can move away.
how does
wait.
They don't necessarily have to move
if
towards
I want to
it.
drop my crossbow and draw my sword, can I do that?
You can. Well, you can only draw one.
I can only draw one.
One sword. But also, if you drop your weapon, your crimson red disappears.
Yeah. Is it an action or a bonus?
You drop your crossbow for free and take it. It's for free to take one sword out, but it's an action to take the other sword. So you
Okay,
can just
well,
take
I
one
can
sword.
get both out.
You have feet.
Just two weapons.
But fighting, no, that's not fighting.
Okay, so I'll
Take one sword out.
yeah, I'll drop the crossbow and take one sword out.
Who do you target? In front of you?
I'm gonna go for the dude. The dude.
So your crimson right disappears from the crossbow, but you get your health, your max health.
Yeah.
14 damage.
That is 6 damage.
So roll it. What do you want to do?
Nice.
So I've got a finger over the other three. Because I was rolling criticals like crazy. So essentially, Roland would come in, do a spinning cart, just like half it to pieces. So I'm going to continue that difficulty.
Okay, so
Nice.
you spin around, and you just, and he is trying hard to defend, but at some point he just drops his defenses, his hands go limp, but you are still spinning, you are still carving him up,
I'm
and he goes down. And immediately as he goes down, and 2 seconds shadow cover. When does it take a turn? You move anywhere?
I've used my bonus action.
That's an interaction.
Okay, so on this one, curse of mutual soul, which basically then I'm going to amplify it, which means I take another 2 points of damage, but any time this one hits me, it takes the same damage.
Nice. Look like stealth.
It's nice, but I'm losing health really quickly.
It's like, that is the only disadvantage.
Yeah.
When anyone damages you or just him?
Just hit it. Just the one.
You can be a tank.
That's why he's a D10, but he eats his soul.
What's your health looking like? You're still okay?
I'm good. I'm 16. I've got healing potions.
You're at 14 health.
I've got 6. I lost 2 Crimson Right and I've just lost another 2 Fusion Magnets.
Because you're squishy.
Yeah. You're at.
Because we're so squishy.
My doesn't seem to do anything. Just lays on top of it.
In my head, is your blood red?
Yeah.
In my head, like, no wonder his clothes are all reddish.
Zila. Stefan, you're next.
Okay, I'm still behind my. What am I? I think it's here. I'm right. I'm this one.
wait,
I think no. I'm a kind of
This one.
That's me. Really?
Yeah, Stefan.
Okay. I'm a dude. Okay. I'm going to ram. These are the only things now alive.
Yeah.
I'm going to ram as a bonus action 5, 10, 15.
This one?
Which one is taking damage already? Neither? Okay, I'll just ram this one. Because this one looked like it was resistant to fire.
Yeah. All my do is just
In a way, it's a
Roll
PM.
shots. I would prefer you attack the blue one
Yeah, attack the blue one.
if you
Oh,
have a
okay.
choice.
Not a problem. It's a dex save against my 2d6. Yay! It's another 9.
Dex save.
13. They have to beat a 13.
No, he eats his damage. How much damage?
9.
Like what's the damage? Wow.
Is it resistant?
It is.
Okay. Just as well.
So it takes 4 damage. So immediately it rises in the impact. The flames just lick off of its white sheen. It's like a fleshless larva, basically.
That's disgusting. Right?
That's your turn. You have an action.
I have an action still. I'm going to use Eldritch Blast on the motherfucking thing. It will have cover from rolling, won't it?
No.
No? Prime there? No, okay. Eldritch Blast, go. Forgetting, D20. Natural 16.
Hits with the damage.
6.
6 points. Unresisted. You fire again. This purple beam.
Purple beam.
This purple beam from the sky, and it just beams down, and immediately, as the beam vanishes, so does the time.
Oh.
Evaporate.
Okay.
Good job. Stefan, you're next.
I'll move to. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
And then. Is it like this? Behind the tree? Am I behind the tree or not?
You're ready.
Can I move to here?
With our 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then I plus my Eldritch Blast too.
Go ahead and go for time.
Oh, 9 plus. You have your spell attack.
That
4
okay.
plus 3, 7.
7 points of force damage. So, force damage, unresisted. You just blast it with this red beam and green energy. And it's gone.
That was scary.
I wasted my move.
Why not cool?
That was what happened last time. And at this point, they have yet to give
Man, wait until you get your
That's what I was
back.
just saying to him. We need to burn the bodies.
Currently, it's the 3rd round. Yeah. No. 2 rounds. 3 rounds including. But basically, at this point, for the sake of brevity, you just walk up to the bodies, and they are just about to burst. You see that their chests are rising up violently, jerking. And you just stab at the bodies, just killing the rest of the captives. Eventually, they just stop jerking. As you pull out, some of the bits of the slug that leaves bodies. So, put them out. Put them out. Really? You want a cake? Good job.
I don't want any of that near my clothes.
Oh, is it the cat?
Go ahead and make an investigation. Well, you suddenly see. I mean, I guess you don't need to because as you enter the tents, you now see all of their belongings. A few clothing, pieces of clothing, with few days of food, collectively about 20 days worth of rations.
20 days worth of rations.
Yeah, because
I just get a piece of that just to bring it back. Just for evidence.
Okay.
Getting it somewhere. Selling them for.
alrighty. So do you guys do? It is now back to the quiet grove.
This is creepy.
Uh,
Can I, if we're out of initiative, can I have Luca do a quick once around and visit me?
all right.
So we're sure
Yeah,
they're
we're
all
all
dead,
here.
right?
Yeah.
Where are we? We're now in their campsite.
You're now in their camp.
They're now eerie, full of dead people and gore.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Wait, oh, sorry.
For Luca.
Can
Using
all
my
make a
senses.
perception check?
Wash your hands first. Touch that.
Okay. There we go. Is it clean enough? Perception. 10 plus 14.
14. Okay. You don't see anything in the immediate vicinity. What you see further ahead, another clearing with a large tree in the middle.
Large tree.
But this clearing, you feel it might be good for sawmill, but you could probably find a bigger one because.
Well, we've got 3 of the rods, so let's chunk one down, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, before that, this tree, can I,
We got 3
given my
rods.
sailor background, can I see if it's actually a good tree for
The
shipbuilding?
tree in the middle
Yeah?
of the other clearing.
Yeah?
Okay. Go ahead and do you motion for Luca to go further in?
That sounds ominous.
I know. That's why I wanted to see if the ship. Does the tree look unnatural in any way? It's just that it's really big.
What was your perception check a while ago?
Fuck. It was a 13 plus 16.
16. You look through Luca's eyes and it's smaller. It's a big tree. It's actually a little smaller than the rest of the trees around here.
Why?
And it turns out it's because it looks humanoid almost, and it's just slumped over. That's probably not a tree, a tree-like. You can go ahead and make a nature check.
I will.
She's the only one that can see this. Unless you're describing it to everyone else.
I'm describing it to everyone else.
Okay.
Oh, hold up. I may have seen this guardian that we were told about, but let's see if we can make friends with him. How far away is
Anything
it?
to do with Bay?
How far away is it? Let's ask God.
Sounds like Bay Lake.
15 plus
Let me check now.
nature. Not very smart.
It's not fake, but
Is it associated with Bay enough that I would know?
I would say yeah. Go ahead and give me a nature check with advantage.
16.
No, you would roll normally.
16.
Anyone else would like to make this check?
Yeah, sure.
Natural 20.
You can check to see, based on my description, you can see if there's anything else in your mind.
So that's
What check can Stefan make?
Nature also.
We're just gonna walk up and call it by name.
Probably -1, so that's 11.
I call it Bob. I remember it being called Bob.
Do you roll in? Definitely somewhat associated with the Fae. Definitely otherworldly. I mean, typically they reside in the material plane. But there are some aspects of them that come from the Fae wilds. But this is definitely not a tree, but a treant.
A treant.
Treant.
Treant. Treant.
Yeah. Basically, humanoidish tree. Large plants, definitely. They're still plant-like, but sentient.
Do I know if they're naturally aggressive if you approach them, or can you approach? Is there history of people approaching and talking with the?
You would know. What was your roll? 13. Who else rolled 13 and above? 13 and above. You would know that a lot of you have heard of treants associating with society. They are guardians of forests, yes, but they are definitely not hostile until provoked. Or unless you defile their grounds.
So they speak Silver.
They would actually.
You speak Silver?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's a natural 20, you would know they do speak common. They speak Elvish also. And they speak
can understand
Sylvan.
Elvish too.
And they speak a secret language of the forests.
So I would like to approach a tree in Silver, say Hail Great Guardian, do a little bow and all that stuff. Little curtsy.
You all approach with them or just
Before
roll it?
we approach, I'd like to. Can I borrow your glaives, sir?
Yeah.
I'm going to spear one of the slugs on it, and maybe two if I could, because there are two of them. And then I'm just going to take it with me, present as proof of like, hey, look, there's shit here.
So roll it. You and your party, but you head this one. You approach this massive tree-like creature. Context.
Oh, it's huge.
And he's tickling your tail.
Do you remember what god they said his name was? Yeah.
About this big.
Corella?
Oh wow.
Malora.
Okay.
Yeah, you would all approach him in this very wide clearing. Definitely a great place if you wanna.
Nobody's got weapons got, right?
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
I have an armor.
you are a panther,
I'm still
It's fine, he probably likes kitties.
kind of prowling around.
and but as you approach, you see a lot of gashes along his trunk. Several claw gashes, about half a foot wide each, and he is on his knees and he is breathing as a tree would heavily. He moves a little towards you, this massive creature. You hear the cracking and snapping of wood as he just motions towards you. It has been a while since I've heard that time. I have felt your combat. You seem to have felt the slime cannons.
I put it in front of you. Yes, we did, and they were very, very close.
He says, if I may ask, adventurers, and he grows in pain and falls on his rug. He tries to staunch the wounds.
Can I? Haha. Do it.
For some second, go ahead and roll one d.
Do I think a potion is
Yeah. Because of your natural 20, it probably wouldn't work because these wounds, as you just been healed up, but immediately it slits open again, and it seems otherworldly, another worldly wound. He says, "Thank you, but these wounds are all natural."
Can I walk up to him? And if you try to cast Cure Wounds, and it didn't work, can I try to discern the nature of the wound?
Definitely otherworldly. If you could think of a tree diseased, this is what I would.
That's so sad.
So I'm gonna say, what is it you're asking?
Well, I would ask you what your objective is here. There have been few people of your kind, different kinds come in, but they were infected. I don't sense the same aberrant nature amongst you.
I would like to roll up my sleeves and I say, no, we're not aberrant in any way, but let me see if I can make it feel a little better, yeah? I'd like to cast Lesser Restoration on this.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna cast
Lesser Restoration. Celestials for the win!
The gashes that opened up, they close. As you see the bark mend itself. It says, thank you. And he stands and he is is about as tall as the other trees.
I'm gonna be honest. Probably a bad idea to heal him at this one. We're about to
kill
chop
us
all
later.
these trees down.
We'll find out.
I must warn you, James, that the one that did these works is still within this forest. But you seem trustworthy by healing someone who didn't ask for it. I will not judge you for what you might want here. So why don't you tell me what your objective is?
I'll be honest. We have come in search of comfort. If there is specific areas we do not like as the forest, we're amenable to maybe forest.
He nods. I have heard tales of your war outside of my domain. I understand the need, and I would agree. I would give you portions of my domain as long as you do not use up all of it, and as long as for every tree you cut down. However, this will not remain a safe space until you destroy the slot. The slot remains here.
Which direction?
His hand, his large arm, stroke of an arm, raises,
I watch all the way.
and the shadow just looms over you. Over there, towards the foot of the mountain.
How much? How many days now?
It seems to constantly move, but if you wish to give chase now, you might reach it in half a day.
I must ask, would this be a safe place for us to rest under your watch, as we've just come from a great combat?
He nods again.
Imagining an ant.
I want to ask, is the slot alone?
It is alone, brought here in chains from the boat of those that came before you.
Sovereign.
Will you actually pursue, or will you go back and report the slot?
I think
This
we
is your
should-
choice
Do we
now.
report it, or do we pursue, and if it gets too much, run away and report it?
It worries me that it was able to stand against the Cleon. That's hard enough.
That's a fair point.
We don't-
Do we know how these beacons work? If we put one down, how long does it take us to beat it?
Oh.
As soon as you report it, as long as you set it down, as soon as you report it, the diviners of the resistance, they can just easily.
Okay, but they're not constantly looking for it.
And as long as you report that, yeah, there is still a present danger in there, then you might want to hunt down itself. As far as and he would know because he has connections with everything here. And he seems to have given you leave to get the trees for as long as you can. Will you pursue the slot, or will you report back?
Actually, I'm open to pursuing the slot if you're okay.
So,
So I want
We can rest here first.
Since given anything from this that I have prevented its natural regenerative abilities.
so I'm also going to ask, would you be willing to help us if we could draw it back in?
Draw it back here.
Obviously, you are a great tree, great fire, and we are merely humans. Humans!
I whisper, slightly fucked up in the face, but still human. Yeah, sure.
So would you be willing to assist us if we were to bring it to you, or would you be willing to accompany us? Because obviously it has caused great harm.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage.
Okay. If it helps to lower the DC, I'll say that if it happens, if you get hurt again, I still have more of my healing light. I can still help you, Great Tree.
Alpha forest, no, so
I will not be fighting against the other trees. I can't come with you. Or you can do it here and we can fight out.
I'm okay with
So it's half a day away. So we would have to lure it back half a day.
lure it back half a day.
And like, what's the guarantee that it will follow us?
You can go ahead and make an insight check.
The entire half a day has swords.
Come on, 14.
Can't make anything loud enough.
He seems genuine. Trions are not known to lie.
How would we lure it back?
Oh my goodness.
Can we like, I've got like legit lots and lots of bone. Can we sort of lay a trail back to them?
How much more?
I've got like 30 pounds.
Wait,
worth
so
of
how
bone.
far is that half a day?
It's about 4 miles.
You have 4 months. 4 months worth.
I've got like 30 pounds of bone. I've got a lot of bone.
So if you wish for my assistance, the trees around you can assist you as well. I have some dominion over them.
That would be appreciated.
Either you can fight, I can fight with you from here.
I think that's the best way to do it. So he can stay there and control the trees effectively.
I'd like to propose if we, not all of us necessarily, but if we were to go ahead, track the thing, and then lure it here, anyone who is particularly speedy, who can...
But I can only
Just gonna be
stay.
there like this.
I can only stay in shelter for 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
It's half a day's travel.
How many times can I transform?
Twice.
Where's a short rest? Or you not necessarily. They
I
give
don't think we can let it.
lure it back.
I think we've got to fight.
It's not efficient. It's not.
Okay, can I also ask, do you feel it would be more effective for you to stay here and use nature to attack this beast with us? Or to come with us and fight this
I might be more useful with trees than myself.
Okay.
I have quite good luck.
with that guidance, I think that's the best way to proceed.
So,
Agreed.
you opt to find a slot and fight with the assistance of the trees around.
We've done a rest, right? So
Okay,
we
go
can
ahead.
roll hit.
Short rest?
Yay!
Hit dice, right?
Yes.
Hit dice basically gives you health back. So you get the D6 hit die, you get then you've got 2 of them per session essentially, because we retreat back to the
Right. Warlocks, you regain your
All your
spell stats
spells.
back.
Well,
Warlocks.
I didn't use anything.
But you didn't use any of your spell
Yeah,
stats.
only had.
It's okay, we were looking for this big sluggish here.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you can get back 1 first level spell slot. Plus your combat.
Sorry?
Your spell slots don't come back unless it's a long rest. But you do get your wild shapes back. Kalir was damaged. You can roll a d8, or as much as 2d8.
Oh, yeah, I have it.
And you can do plus 4, 8. You get back 8 HP. So you are you're back up to max. Roland, how much health did you get back? Are you back to max?
I'm back at full hit. Have you still got your touch spells?
My name is Arva. This is my
What is that?
ARVA. The plants will point you in the direction of the creature. You proceed onwards. Okay.
Your robe is really filthy right now. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm gonna keep checking the tracks as we proceed and try and estimate how close we get to it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Can I have Luca start it?
Go ahead. So roll and you have advantage. 21. You move forwards, guided by, you know where to go. You just now have to gauge the distance because now you are guided by the plants. You see some of the trees, their branches point
That's so cool.
as if to point at where the creature is. You move, and now you know you're about 300 feet away from it. And you send out Luca, and you see now this red, large creature with muscled frame, red skin all over, and a large toad-like face.
He's a
It's this, but
he's a buff motherfucker.
and these are the trees, I would say.
That was one of the monsters on the
These are still trees. I just ran out of green ones.
So I'm
Roland, might I suggest? I noticed that you had an oil flask with you, and you mentioned that you had gunpowder on hand.
yeah,
Pretty curious.
I already tried to smash
Do you
it.
have more?
Unsuccessful.
You remember also that if the flagpoles are resistant to fire, likely to slap themselves as well.
But do you have any other bomb-like implements, perhaps?
So these are all trees. I just don't want to take the time to draw them.
No, that's a lot of trees.
It's a frog, right? It's a frog, right?
Frog-like.
I have holy water and snakes.
Oh, you have snakes?
Yeah, like vampire snakes.
An actual more steak, maybe.
Okay.
No, it's from the monster hunter kit. They're described as more hunting.
Oh.
Possibly.
So you guys want to try the same plan again? Try and sneak up on it, take some rain.
We like that.
Except I'm going to run in this time.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to run in this time.
At least we know that it's just this one big guy.
So my plan is I'll try and get as close as I can in stealth, and then as soon as you guys start firing,
You run
light
in?
the blades, run in, slash it.
Well, you can light the blaze early because it lasts until you take a rest.
Well, I don't want it to see the light.
Ah.
So I assume it affects stealth.
Right.
Probably.
Go ahead and roll for stealth. And I assume you're all also
Stealthing?
stealthing in.
Yes.
You're still in camp one, right?
No, that's half a day.
At this point, it's been
You can turn into camp before
correct.
Okay, I'm gonna turn into that. Oh no, I don't have stealth.
It should.
It should.
No, it's the cat. The cat does. This one doesn't.
I trip and fall over.
It's a group stealth, so let's see how many passes and fails.
Do you sneak up with us or you stay back?
Oh, wait, no, I'm staying back. I'm staying back.
Not very
I'm
stealthy.
staying back.
No, that's positive, that's got stealth. Let me check.
Panthers?
Yeah.
Sorry?
The cat does, but I'm with her.
She always uses her
It's stealth plus 6.
have to take care of her.
Stealth was
Kalir, Panther is
Oh,
stealth
really?
plus 6.
Oh, what does it say that?
18.
Wow.
That's a D club though.
Oh,
That's the wrong dice.
sorry.
7, 6, 13, 7.
Sessions. 4.
You're supposed to.
I told you I fall over.
You got 4?
Your coat is just too long. I did see.
You luckily managed to get up to where here?
As close as I can without being seen.
About here, I would say. Longshanks, where do you want to be? These are trees. It's
like the blades immediately to try and get his attention.
You can.
Try and do the shots. Yeah.
Okay?
I'm really bad at it, but I'm going to try.
Well, I mean,
I'm the only one that's anywhere near capable of attacking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's only because
It ain't gonna be the one long.
As soon as you approach, some of the trees that are still pointing, you try and get as slow as you can. But one of the trees moves a little much with a jutting branch. He just whacks you at the back of the head. And you swear in your native tongue and immediately. I'll say you. I'll say Longshanks and Roland. You both have surprise round, but just both of you.
They might both my blades hit since we went in combat.
Sure.
Oh. I'm still a panther.
Yep, still Panther.
Don't worry, I got this, guys. I'm down 14 hit points already, but I'm good.
You didn't heal?
Yeah, I lit my blades and it takes blood from me.
oh, okay, I get.
16, sorry.
Got it.
Six lights.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Sorry? Yours is missing. Where are you? Oh, maybe you're on the side. 18. That's okay. When it's ordered, you can place yourself.
Is this
You know
now?
what? I can't.
Don't forget your dexterity.
Oh, dear. Nice. I actually saw it as a natural
20. Dex, you got a 10. Kalir, you got an 18.
Yep.
Alright. And
Sino
you got
ako
a
surprise
14.
mo?
A 14. With advantage? Alrighty. But that's okay, because you guys... Who would like to go first? Roland or Longshanks? Okay. So Roland, go ahead. Like...
Yeah, both there.
Alright. And you walk up with it, and it is this large voice, and as it hisses at you, you see other exchange. So how many?
Imagine the
16. So he's probably going to walk on me.
You're at 16.
16.
Do you have inspiration?
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is say taste my blood. Just like slice across my mouth. Like the ball's going to appear again. She'll sound really beautiful. Nice. Then I'm going to take a weapon attack. Inspiration. It's all
Natural. Natural one.
With your flaming sword, both swords out?
Yeah.
Okay. Your flaming sword, you try and
You roll the one.
it just bounces on the frame.
And he uses a
scaly
frame.
and wooden part of his skin. You still have your bonus action? Long chance.
And I release one of my arrows.
So you have
No damage, so I can't.
it's getting damage. Okay. with Stefan. That's Stefan. The character is Stefan.
Wait, it's resistant.
You see now that both of your allies
but you
have
have
engaged the creature in combat. Now what do you
But
want?
if you what spells do you have?
Well, burning hands and witch bolt.
Okay. Okay. Burning hands requires you to go close to it, which is probably not a good idea. Which bolt, though, it will be dealing constant damage. Is it concentration? I can't remember.
Yes, it's concentration. It's 1d12. You have to hit it first attack, and then every turn you can use your action to cause lightning damage.
Okay. The advantage of that is even if it will be resisted, you will be able to deal constant damage. Like I really see. You want to try that as well?
Well, I need to get closer to the resistant trade.
Yes, you have to get closer.
Yeah. So my only choice is to Eldritch Blast.
You could move. Well, it's already engaged.
Yeah, wait.
Exactly. So if you want to do Witch Bolt now, it will be the best time while he's still in melee. Because you don't know how long it will last. That's the reality.
Which bomb, like, at the same round, so it stabs.
Yeah, they're separate.
Yeah, I'll go here.
Go closer. Okay, 5.
Carpe that DM.
20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's within range.
It's like a light.
You have to roll for attack first.
Okay, roll a swing.
The
That's not so bad.
trees around, you don't hear the voice of Armon, but as you fire, it's about to dodge, and just this tree just shoves it like a large tree. It moves out, and it's suddenly in a disadvantaged position. Roll at an advantage.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's worse. So that was a 12 plus. If you roll an advantage, that means you take the higher value.
Higher.
You roll the 12 earlier. 17.
That hits, roll for damage.
Nice. And now you have how much? Okay, your D12 would be. That's a 10. No. This is a
D12.
12, sorry. You really forget sometimes.
No.
No,
that's it.
reroll. 5.
5.
Which won't have any modifiers? I never actually use it myself. Ha!
Alright. You fire the lightning. How does this witch bolt look like?
Well, it's the light, right?
You can make it anything you want. It's big.
It's just from the cloud. Like a weird looking, like weird colored clouds, like go near him, and then just splash of thunder.
Clouds gather. The canopy opens up a little bit. This is supported by a tree. It just shocks the creature. Now you have like a feeling in your mind. And this tether of lightning. But as it was hit by lightning, he was shocked. But it was not as big of a damage as it was going to be. Nothing resistant.
Have the feather now.
Kalir, you're up.
Now
I
you
have a
can
question.
Yes. You're as your panther.
I'm a panther, yeah. So my speed is 50 feet. If
Yes.
I like move 25 feet in,
Now you
can I,
don't need
after
to roll
my action, can I
for
move another
attack. You
25
just keep
out?
rolling constantly.
If she says 28, does that count as an attack? Should be bad.
As long as she has
But
If you get out of its range, it has an opportunity to make a melee attack.
Don't worry, I'll go.
Unless you take an action to disengage, but that's your action.
Yes. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can reach him if you want. But that's all you were. Oh, that's 60 feet. Right?
She can bounce. So
Oh, anyway, I don't really have much of a good. I'm gonna move in, then I'm gonna pounce.
You move it. So this quick as lightning panther.
Wait, wait.
Here, and then you bounce.
Yeah, I pounce.
Okay,
So
on this bounce.
she bounce. I picked bounce.
bounce up. You bounce up, and as you bounce, you know that the distance is not going to be as well. The trees push you along. You can roll again, supported by armor.
Wow!
I was thinking you would have hit. You have inspiration. You scrape across its ruddy skin, and it is just tough hide. And you are right there, and you now see just how big this guy is. It's about 12 feet tall. That ends your turn. Let's see, Longshanks, you're up. Sela, you're on. Yes, correct. Stop!
Nice, crit.
So, it's been damaged also. So that's
Additional.
4d8.
You need more dice.
No, but probably
My arm.
Ipan mo muna bago mo yung Holy shit.
39 points of damage in one shot. Goodness gracious.
Nice.
you've got something nice.
Can I ask you?
Natural 20 is double dice.
How does this critical hit look like? You see Longshanks, this hooded half-elven individual, fire an arrow and hear subsonic speed. You hear a pop as the sound barrier was broken. You see the arrow pierce the wood behind. You thought he missed. You think he missed, and then immediately the creature covers its eyes as it roars in this ear-piercing roar as it writhes back in pain. It is, you hit it right in the eye. And it does 6 damage. That's too high. Excellent shot. That was fantastic. Down already? Sela, you're up. You see now it was shot right through the eye. It is holding its one eye. It seemingly is unable to see as clearly as it should. What do you want to do?
That was sexy. Let's see. I'm not sure where I am at. I think that's me. No. That's Stefan. So I know. I keep shifting. Let's say that there. Okay. What the hell? I'm going to conjure a flaming spear again.
Okay, next save.
Yeah, and I'm going to put it right next to him. Since he's in melee with everyone, he's not gonna be moving so much. And then let's do this.
That's a +1.
That is caught.
That's a pass.
Okay, that was 7 damage. That was my action. I still have movement. I want to duck behind the tree. I healed your master.
It's in like the just licks off. Definitely it did some damage. It was almost like next, you're up. shot, but you're currently.
But the rock's going to be in the air, right? So it's,
I guess it is a bigger target, so sure.
It's gonna be in the air. Alright, so I'm gonna leave catapult for the rest.
Is this a spell attack or dexterity save? Dex save. Against a 13. 14 plus 1, 15. Is piercing damage or just literally instant miss?
No.
On a failed save, the object strikes the target, it stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object upon it strikes takes free.
so it's not
So you take out a piece of branch and just use your spell. How does the catapult spell? Oh, it's up there. Okay, you compute the hypotenuse needed and the velocity required in order to hit this creature.
You see numbers across the screen, you have no idea what they mean.
You would have hit the branch, the spike branch would have hit, but it just passes through the hole that he made prior to hitting the eye.
You are so precise. You guys are too accurate.
Alrighty. Oh man, it is now the red spot's turn. Looks like the one that's most threatening and the one that seems to have bathed in some sort of blood.
I tried.
Not me.
I tried to achieve as possible.
Oh, so it correct.
What did you do?
He uses his large clawed hand.
But as it does it on my
Again.
You very clearly see because you're right there. His face just molds differently, and it just
All your fur stands up.
it just reaches back and forward. That is
so cool.
That was good. That was
Yes, that's what it misses. It's an automatic miss.
roll for
That's
damage.
glitches.
It ends its turn there.
Okay.
It's still passed.
Ah,
He's rolling so well.
where did it? Need the 4.
For damage.
Thought I was gonna boss it.
Reduced to 2, and he's resistant. So, yeah.
Do the cantrips count towards my spell?
Slots. But you have to be in druid form. Alright, that's one damage. So the flame just stays there.
It sputters.
And it is just ignoring it so far. This red slug creature is just a little bit strong.
Maybe you can cut its loincloth and
Now roll it, you're up.
I think can I
Alright. It's immediately goes for it.
I made myself big.
You play low.
This is, if you want to get hit, I'll allow it.
I want to get hit.
Alright, so it will hit you then with its claw.
Like, hurt me.
That's sexy, question mark?
So, roll in. You take it by its claw. By
Expose young minds again.
8 points of slashing damage. However, you must make a constitution save. Unless you
Oh
have...
shit, it's poisonous.
Oh, okay. Alright. You get raked across the chest and immediately you feel a pulse.
Oh no.
And you feel it in your chest.
I'm having a baby! I'm having a baby!
Does he also take 8 damage?
It takes whatever damage it does.
Alright, so it also takes 8 damage.
Nice.
Are you like mutual
Then,
That's sexy, question mark, question mark, question mark.
no, it wasn't an
That was just
Okay, so I'm just going to go back in now. Alright.
so as it slaps you with its paw, the same moves appear. But it doesn't resist.
Take a picture.
That's 2d8, 2d4. But roll the 2d4 for me first.
It's okay, it's okay. Wait, double hit, it's still okay.
7 on the fire damage. And then 3. You just break across its frame. There's a significant blow within a very softer part of its body, and you just hack at it, and it starts to bleed out. It roars again in this piercing scream, and it hurts your ears, but it is very wounded. And that is the end of the third. Or do you have bonus action? Yeah. You can hit again. You have wings? Start to dodge, but immediately the tree with its head starts to block. You can go ahead and roll again. Arvin is
It's safe.
alright. You hit, but it's in the same thick frame of its body. You just straight across it using this.
Do you even hit?
Top of the round, Stephanie. What do you oh, which bolt?
Yes, so 4.
4 points of lightning damage. Alright.
Just being easy there, I don't want my roll get dirt again.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so green.
How much damage?
4.
Alright.
You don't even have to roll for attack.
Yeah.
So again, the lightning strikes it. Now it's beginning to get pissed off. But that ends your turn. You want to move anywhere? Alright. Kalir. It is heaving heavily now. It is very rough.
I'm gonna try to do rounds again.
You need to be able to move.
But it has no reaction, so you can actually move.
I told you something.
So 5, 10, 20.
Then
Try
charge.
bounce. The trees are still helping you, so roll with roll again in case it's a natural one.
This one is an caught. It's caught. Roll it again.
Roll again.
Roll it again. It's caught. It's not flat.
So it still hits.
Yeah, so I before I do my damage, I try to knock it down.
Alright, that's the big
DC 12.
It's pretty good. But you never know.
In fact,
Your DC is 12.
Yes.
what's happening?
See?
See?
You pounce upon it.
Go, Kitty!
The tree just propels you forward even further.
It's a cat. It's a catapult.
It is down low, and you can get it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Law is 1
It's only big one. I mean, it's one year final bonus.
and then I get bonus action attack with light.
It says here. Oh, in the monster manual, it's 3 to 1 review.
Yeah, the culture.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So that was a significant blow as the creature just
It's
falls
enough.
down.
Dude can't do shit.
Now that your attacks against.
Alrighty.
Now your attacks are an
Do you move
advantage.
anywhere?
Can I move?
You have about 10 feet of movement now. So long shot. Now it's a bit of a disadvantage.
Oh,
That's okay.
Mine is dead next to that. Unless we roll really quick.
You're pretty close.
Do you want to move particularly? Okay. You move and the trees begin to move close and the branches connect with each other as a small bridge. So you move to where? Here? 5, 10, 15.
Your tree hopping.
That's cool.
That's ranger
25, 30. Do you want to jump down? Stab me. Take the sword back. I'll say, well, that's an advantage then. You will take fall damage. That's okay with you. Alrighty. I'll say first, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. See if you can mitigate this damage.
Try to steal my kill, bro.
Alright.
Nice. 3-point landing.
Okay. So you fall, sword pointed downwards. I guess you drop your bow here, and you just jump and try and stab it down. Go ahead and roll for attack with advantage. Okay, let's roll for damage. So that's 3d8, 1d6.
Ronan, you were poisoned. Congratulations.
Yeah, maybe 22 points of damage. Shit! Crap, man. 22 points of freaking damage. How do you want to do this?
As I can jump from the next range. Part of the
that squelching of muscle and fish just ripping apart at the edge of your blade. It is jerking in pain. You just thrash about until you stab it again in its chest with both blades. And with that, it stops.
I don't watch this, my tail twitches, and then something happens within me that I don't understand.
Something's happening within me too.
One chance also take
Should we have to kill this guy too?
9 points of fall damage.
After that really cool move, you bend over your knees or
You feel the crack in your knees as you stand up a little straighter.
I'm getting too old
you
for
like,
this.
But I look good, damn it.
Worth it.
and falls, standing is there. Do you take this body anywhere?
Can we examine it for anything significant?
Can we say this way to remember that one?
Can we try to save it? Can we try to go him? To go kill him first?
Can I examine him?
It's definitely a disease.
I still have one spell slot.
Well, you recovered it from
I want to remove him without killing him.
move it up to the.
Do you want to do
Can we
the
remove him
natural
without
way?
killing him?
I'm going to raise up both my hands. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know how the pregnancy works. It's never been encountered before. And it's probably gonna be a little invasive. Okay?
So, Roland, it's your choice because to you know, this disease it will just evaporate. The tadpole inside will likely disintegrate. But if you want to get it surgically removed, you can report back.
Oh, because it was just...
You want to play? It just stays within humanoid creatures. As soon as you take it out, it's probably gonna die.
Okay. But in theory, they can do something to keep it alive.
Some of the mages might.
Okay.
You can, if you want, you can have them.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly you can do with it. It doesn't have any possessions that can affect the sword. You examine its body a little more, and you find something of a bump on its forehead. You know you can reach for it if you go and try and get it from the hole in its eye.
Ew!
Go for it?
I've got tools for that.
Your fingers are too small.
Your fingers are too small. Well, your fingers might be just right.
You wanna try?
Try.
Or maybe you can put your whole hands in it.
I have a true mark.
Alright, so go ahead and it's already dead. I suppose you try and pry open that front area. It is the skull. You break open its forehead, revealing the gore within, whatever guts and facial guts and tissue inside.
Yeah.
And of course that hole that he made prior. You find a particular gem embedded within, but it's cracked. And, definitely cracked prior, not cracked from the combat.
I'm still going to blame him for telling me to put the crowbar in the wrong place.
What kind of gem is it?
They broke it.
Everyone can go ahead, if you want to know the nature of this gem, go ahead and make an arcana check.
17. 18.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit!
They're opening now.
Now they come.
You've been rolling at the spectrum.
You got an 18 and above?
16.
Which both of you? Both of you know, at least from, because you now know this is a slot, the red slot specifically. You know now that the red slot, you've read or at least have heard from somewhere, that there is a way to control the slot. And it is through these control gems. But of course, if the control gems are broken, they're free.
That's why it infected everything.
So, in theory, this control will help me have my baby and keep
Perhaps.
Keep it.
Why?
I've got like a month to get back to town and the maid is doing a little thing and trying to return this Christmas.
You can try to reverse engineer the gem. You can keep it with you. Who knows?
If I put the gem near my work, do I feel anything?
It's still very early stages.
It's only been conceived.
You know, the maid is in town, I might be able to repair it.
That's an interesting study. You should submit it as
With a
a...
natural 20, do I know whether it's worth anything?
If you could get it fixed, and if you face any other slot, definitely.
But otherwise, no monetary value.
If you want to sell it, some mages might be interested.
Oh, wizards can learn mending. Mending can heal, can
Repair.
repair. So you could.
Druids also have respect.
But
Can-
don't you get access to druids? So, in theory, after a rest,
Well, you can't change cantrips. You can't change cantrips.
Mending is a
You can't change cantrips. So, what do you want to do with the rest of this body? You want to make something?
yeah, I want to see if I can identify ways to carve it on without damaging it too much.
Why is he cutting up the father of his baby?
We're so interested.
You leave my baby daddy alone.
So weird that way. One day you're okay, the next day.
So, I guess you can go ahead and make a medicine check if you want to carve it up properly. If anyone wants to assist it.
Do you want to do the roll now? Because you're proficient. And I'll assist you.
Okay, so go ahead and do it with advantage. Okay, advantage.
Roll higher.
Well,
Okay. What do you want to use? Oh, it's only for you. Try and carve it up, at least by her instruction, because you're the stronger ones. But eventually you just miss a few tendons, but There doesn't seem to be any important bits and pieces to this thing. It's just guts and tissue and whatever other bloody bone thing. You leave it there, or you try and bring it.
I guess we need to take out some sort of evidence of this thing.
You can take its head.
Yeah.
It has an open forehead.
With a
You can like
knock it off or put it in.
Make fun of it.
You also have this. Then you have a baby.
We came out of this so much richer. We have a child, we have a gym.
Richer in character.
Well, that one was just for extra. But if you want to stab it here, you can. But this is, it's as you know from the battle, it's not a very open space where you can set up a camp.
So, can we head back to, I forget his name, Treebeard?
Arvan? Arvan?
Treebeard.
Treebeard.
I can't remember.
The Trian? The Trian?
Yeah, groups. Yeah.
Arvan, okay.
Head back to
Okay. So if you need just the bits and pieces on the forest, some of the roots begin to take it and then absorb it into the ground.
Cool.
But you didn't take any of the bits with you. Not a head.
Oh, I think we did. Didn't we take the
I think we
head?
should take the head.
Okay, we take
I
that.
think we should take the head.
It's a bit annoying because as you carry it, its
We make
forehead
the
flap
carry
keeps
it.
swinging. It's pretty big. It's about this big.
I'm not touching that thing.
I'm
scared.
far
I'm
away
not
from
scared.
that thing.
Has it actually got these things on its head?
Really
Oh,
far away.
you can hang it from the
I can't-
you can hang it from the glaive.
So there's no way for me to like fasten my manacles in and just run over my shoulder.
You can fashion some sort of rope harness.
No, it's too big. I'm just gonna carry it home.
So you use your rope to create some sort of makeshift harness.
Carry it back to the tree.
And you report back to Arva. It takes about another 4 hours, but it's about nighttime now. This is
What thing?
thank you.
Oh, this is a long expedition.
It's tomorrow will be the 6th day. Thank you for ridding the evil. Its remains will now be returned to the sword, where it can be more constructive use. As promised, we take the materials here. Be sure that for every tree you cut, plant another in its place.
Do you have any seeds we can get a head start with?
You will find the seeds amidst its fruit. Learning
In Silvara, I'll say it was more to look so this place.
bows. It's been an honor to assist you all.
We have a tree
I
friend.
also
I'm so
asked
dirty.
him if he knows anything about this jam on my bacon.
You should get that removed within months.
So I have 3 months before it comes to mature.
That gem, I am not familiar with their intricacies, but I'm sure there will be individuals in your camp interested in studying.
That's another hook waiting to happen.
I'm a baby so bad. Come at me. You into baby.
This is the best episode of boring.
What reason?
Because your face turns this color.
You're human. Yeah, you're human. Yeah.
You can make an arcana check, I guess.
I also actually, just for shits and giggles.
Me too.
Hey, 22.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
7.
Wow.
New words supposed to know.
To just you may have, I mean, do you want to also
Wow.
I guess to just Zila, you being a pirate, there are several kinds of individuals like him that like to blend into society. These shapeshifters called changelings that are able to change their looks at will. You're not even sure if that's actual clothes or that's actual him. Or
You make it?
but you're the only one who knows this.
Okay. Do I know, would I be able to tell if it's their nature, if are they a playful race or are they inherently maybe naughty, evil?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Okay. So, being knowing what you know, you would have picked up certain traits about the tribe that I'm from. And the tribe that I'm from is very secretive but very playful. In terms of, you would probably know that they would go into towns and pretend to be people, not in a mean way, but in a joking way.
Okay. Oh, there's one thing I just want to know. Is it, can you take the appearance of anybody or do you have to do something to the person to assume their appearance?
No, anybody that I have met, and I can imitate the voice.
With this knowledge, I'm just going to walk up to you and I'm going to nudge you with my elbow. It's bloody by now and it's a
I'm
noble...
covered in blood, I don't
Actually, that's true. I get more blood on my clothes
It's powered
now.
by blood.
Actually, I was gonna say, I only want to know two things. One, I forgot the question. Shit. I only want to know two things. One, are those clothes real or are you actually naked? I whispered this.
I'm wearing clothes.
I see. Two. You see, we kind of have I guess we have a little bit of a friendship going on. I've been with the traveling for 60s. Could I ask a favor, like, if you ever copy my face, could you at least look really pretty?
No, that isn't hard.
That is a what?
That isn't hard. Looking at
I give you a high five.
That's the right answer.
But I would appreciate it if you kept the secret.
There's no problem. There's no problem. You see, we keep in mind our agreement, yes? We keep in mind our agreement, yes?
Yes.
So you head back. Do you head back via boat or you head back on the same land route?
I would like to.
I would like the bow. We kept that bow for that reason.
So you sail back, now seeing the back facade of the Bay of Rapiers. It's a curving structure of mountains, highlands and
Well,
lowlands.
as we go around, I point up to the mountain and say, me and my friends have got the need for that. If you're interested in an investment opportunity.
And you report back to Captain Jeffrey. And he says, our diviners have picked up on the beacons. Congratulations. Good job. Puts in the sack of 300 gold for everyone to share. I heard that you report everything. Is there anything you withhold?
The first thing I do is like, do we get any extra for this?
He says, you know what? Sure. I believe he looks visibly concerned. He says, that's a red slot.
Yeah. It was a bit of a bugger.
We will look into this and see what we might find out with the slot. If the Yuan-Ti are working with them, then that's just another force that we have to deal with here. I hope you didn't have too much trouble. These are very powerful creatures.
You could say we had there were pregnant opportunities for this.
But at this point, but we're pretty good at what we do.
You get an extra 50 gold. And to divide that amongst you,
50?
who is taking accounting position?
I can do it.
You want to do an
Oh,
account?
does anyone?
I want to do account. I want to do.
Stephanie, you want to do it? Or not Stephanie. The actual player. Look at this. Do you want to do accounting?
So how much did we get?
350.
That's like 50 plus 55.
No,
Somewhere.
350. So
350.
I can use
Yeah, it's like 50 for each. 50 plus for each.
So you have 350 to share to divide amongst yourselves. Don't forget the potions you receive. And I give you guys 25 XP for this adventure. For braving a red slot. I mean, assisted by Orion. But holy crap, the natural 20 really you turn to die.
36 damage?
39 points of damage.
39.
That Colossus there.
You should have some written down. You've got like 10 gold left and you still have gold. It should be on the machine.
How much gold do we get?
Yeah.
How much gold totals we get?
And that's like a quarter.
like 58 gold each.
There are two.
15.
There's some of us got
Oh, I didn't get a healing potion. I gave it to them.
Extra.
Yeah,
So you gain 2 gold coins extra for fun. Because you killed it and you dealt the most damage to it.
It's up to you guys what you want to do with the healing. The healing potion is 50 gold.
So do you wanna like add the healing potions and then divide it? Because like that seems to be the fair thing to have.
Revive what?
Because we have healing potions. We have 3.
Revive
What's
what?
the great healing potion?
You have 1 greater healing and
How many?
I haven't read it.
no, but I mean if you want to sell it back, you might.
No, if you want to factor that into the division of the others.
How about I just buy one of the healing potions and you can split that 50 amongst yourselves?
No, it's fine. I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. You do think.
So how much does the greater healing?
I don't know.
We can ask.
Greater healing value. It's about. Its market value is about 150 gold pieces. But that's market value, so it's sale value maybe. Alright, so
Okay, they
25 XP to everybody. Congratulations. If whoever wants to take Chronicler task for the invention, that's an extra 5.
Do you guys want to sell the blade? Because I don't think any of us have really got any use for it.
So it's from the quartermaster, he's just getting
Actually,
What about the magical thing then?
we have. Yeah, how about the crystal? What are we doing with the crystal?
You can try and explore the opportunities of set crystal with Lilian Blue Book. Then you can try.
Posted in the water.
I would like to hold on to the crystal, even if you want to charge me something for it.
I think, but like,
It's sort of
You have
needed
the,
for my
no,
baby.
you have the so wouldn't that be like pretty much colors? Yeah.
But it's 3 months before it hatches, so we're going to mix together.
you could make
And it's still broken. It's still broken.
I know people, I can take it round to see if they can do anything with it.
maybe you could just present the case to see any studies to do with, because you have your father's head, and then you have the crystal. So there might be someone who is more well versed in Arcana or something. It's worth pursuing. It's cool.
So, the resistance gets to fight another day, now gaining a very important foothold in the Grove of Arvan.
Oh,
And
from Mountain
gaining a sort of friendship with the Grove, with Arvan the Triarch, the guardian of the Grove.
Okay, you can use mine.
The resistance can now harvest this wood material and take it back and create their ship and repair the ships. You were hoping to trade what's her? It's still there if you want to visit it at some point.
Oh, because they put the beacon there.
Red Slot.
What
And-
color were the slotty tadpoles?
White, almost transparent.
Oh, so they don't have any. Okay, because they're too young. Okay.
And so, if nothing else, that's where we will end this session.
Yay!
Congratulations on completing the grove.
No, just to tie up a couple of things. So, because he got the greater healing potion off his own back, I think we should like keep it.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you did a lot of damage for that. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
You did the max speed arrow. You stood on
Yeah, and then he made me
If anybody wants, if anyone wants to sell me a potion, I'll buy it from them.
If you want to. I actually didn't get the potion, so it's all good. Oh! Next, you might want to actually buy something to someone I'm familiar with. You have 10 gold.
I can buy that potion, obviously. Oh, you got no gold.
Yeah, you have 58 gold now, right? You could actually buy from the quartermaster now if you want to get it done.
Sure.
All right.
How much would that cost?
What?
For
5,000 familiar.
10 gold's worth of materials or incenses.
I would like to say two charges. One to actually someone you're familiar, and second to someone is again in place.
Yeah.
Can you only get one? You can only get one familiar now. And you can't get a familiar like mine because mine is specific for a warning.
But you can just buy the components, you don't have to decide which one. Right?
No, not necessarily.
You decide what the familiar will take upon summoning it.
So you can look on the amiibo and stuff and see.
If I may make a recommendation, something to take into consideration. An owl has a skill called flyby, so we can
Missing one. Is anyone moving?
So that's cool, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, no more.
Sorry.
Whew. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah. Hey, we made good time.
It's
Just really cute.
It's an experience to run for 6 players. Typically, I have 3 in my private games.
It could have been 7.
Just to remind everybody, remember if you chronicle it on the group, you'll get an extra 5 XP. And a chronicle can be written, it can be a drawing, like drawing.
Lucas, you get an extra 5 for being an accountant.
So you need to
Oh, does he need to get everyone's current gold count to be an accountant? Or?
Yeah, you can just chat everyone up.
Oh yeah, you can just chat.
I'm on 160.
I'm on 58.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know that. Oh, I have 58.
Making that that's impressive.
Fuck, I
You
know.
got lucky though. You got lucky that should have
There's
messed
somebody about the pregnant with the fucking gun.
4, 5 is
How many gold do you have?
160.
amazing job, guys. I hope you guys had fun.
Steph got the greatest gift of all.
The gift of life.
The gift of life.
Why did you